Woo, fam. The 49ers are dissing the Eagles big time, ain't they? At first, when Brandon Ayuk did it, I think, yeah, I agree. And now you can tell the sentiment is all over that locker room. You know, family, the thing is, normally what the Niners are saying about the Eagles approaching Super Bowl 57 Sunday would probably be unacceptable even by us. We would probably say, Niners, we got more class than that. Come on, we're not supposed to do that, but we still need more class than that. Some of the interviews have been great. Fred Warner, uh, George Kittle, and on and on. The guys talking about, and you already know Chris McCaffrey doesn't. He wants them to both lose. I mean, nobody cares about the Eagles. I mean, we should have stomped them into the dirt. Anyway, this attitude could be more than just sour grapes, fam. And the guys, honestly, I can't wait till next season to see these guys play again. Niners players are working Radio Row with nothing nice to say about the Eagles tonight. Go to the phones for your take on the Niners' attitude displayed towards the Eagles' representation of the NFC. Is it justified? Do you agree with it? Do you disagree with it? Do you think the 49ers should be quiet? What? And do you think they should get louder? Where are you at on this matter? Call-in info is right at the base of the screen. If you can see it right there, it should be right there on the base of the screen. And the PIN number, you need both. It's also inside the description of the video. Oh, by the way, the gala ceremony, he has done it. Nick Bosa is DPOY. Yes. Good. Because, some of the conversations coming down through the season was, will Nick Bosa win? What do you mean, will Nick Bosa win? Nick Bosa he is the defense. He is the starting point of the 49ers defense. You don't become a number one defense, without having certain players do certain work. And Nick did a lot of it. It's also Kasurik figured out some ways this year to make Nick Bosa a little more effective due to because last year they chipped him, they did everything, they cheated, they held him. And Kasurik, that's why I'm so glad he's not leaving. He put his brain in action on that one and figured things out. So you did see a different Nick this year and got freed up more often. So congratulations to Nick. You had that one coming. Meanwhile, D'Amico Ryans is immediately working to know his staff. Texans are hiring 49ers defensive quality control coach Stefan Adegoki. Anyway, Stephen A., not that Stephen A., but Stephen, our guy, Stephen A., as safeties coach. Aaron Wilson of KPRC reports Adegoki is replacing Joe Dana, who left earlier this offseason to join the Bills staff. So there you go. Fam, let's get it. Honestly, fam, Philly might not pose as much of a threat to the Kansas City Chiefs as some people think they will. I'm in full agreement with that. That is what both Deebo Samuel and kicker Robbie Gould are thinking. And you know how a BA just went off on him way back before anybody else started saying anything. You can believe the entire locker room feels exactly the same way as well. And well, they should. Deebo joined Adam Shine on Mad Dog Sports Radio from Radio Row at the Super Bowl 57 Media Week setup they got going out there, where he was asked how the Niners would have beaten the Eagles in the NFC Championship game had the quarterbacks Brock Purdy and Josh Johnson not suffered injuries in the game. You can't take both quarterbacks away and the 49ers have any shot. I mean, come on. At Mad Dog Radio, the tweet went like this. I don't think it would have been close. It's Deebo. Deebo, I agree, man. Because even when Purdy got hurt, he was about to throw a touchdown from what most people were watching on Twitter. Deebo Samuel tells Adam Shine the Niners would have beaten Eagles by double digits if Brock Purdy didn't get hurt. Deebo went on to say, quote, we could just go back to the first quarter, the first half. Just look how well our defense was actually playing, keeping Jalen Hurts in the pocket, which he doesn't like to do at all. On 4th and 5, you grant him a catch that is not a catch on 4th down, and that's the one that pisses me off. damn near more than anything else. Jesus, Kyle. Throw the damn flag. You got 3 in the first half timeouts. You don't need that flag. Oh, woo. Oh. That actually had a domino effect. You know it? That was connected to what took place next, actually, because then after that, though, Brock Purdy's fumble, they're right there at the 25-yard line, like that's points right there. And then just the amount of penalties, it was just outrageous. And then what a coincidence, again, we turn the ball over again, and it's 21-7, unquote. It was just a debacle unfolding right in front of our eyes. It had nothing to do with how good or bad the 49ers were, right? Not only does Debo believe that if Purdy had not been injured, the Niners would have won the game, but he believes the final score would not have been close at all. You know, if the 49ers, if what they're saying is true, the 49ers, even if there had been a large gain, because I understand that there was a 5-yard gap between Ayuk and the defender that was trying to cover. If that would have been the case all day, Shannon had the right plan. They had the perfect scenario. All right, we can't beat these dudes, but if we kill that quarterback's butt and put him out of this game, we got a chance, and they did. If that was a game plan, excellent on the Eagles' part. The only way you're going to win, you have to take Purdy out. Not just out, but just he's got to leave. Not only does as I say, the game, it wouldn't have been close. Debo continued saying, quote, so the offense wasn't doing anything, nothing. Our defense was doing what they were supposed to, and I feel like if Brock was in a quarterback and how our offense moves, I don't think it would have been close, if that makes sense. It's not sour grapes at all. It's just what I see every day. I'm not salty at all. I just speak facts. You might be a little salty. Hell yeah, you got a right to be salty. I'm salty. I agree with you. I believe every last word of that. Robbie Gould jumped in also. And you know, Robbie Gould, that's a surprising take on it. Robbie doesn't usually say anything. When's the last time you ever heard Robbie Gould talking smack other than Jalen Rose? And they don't even publicize that. Robbie G joined 33rd team's Trey Wingo for an interview yesterday where he gave his pick for the win of the Super Bowl matchup between Eagles and Chiefs. And he took a shot at Jalen Hurts for his ability as a passer. Robbie G said, quote, from experience and talent, I like Kansas City over Philly, and I'm not taking anything away from Philadelphia or Philly. I think they're a really good football team. Obviously, they have to be good football team to get there, and they've done it pretty convincingly. They've never had to play in the playoffs a full game yet, right? So you get in a game where they're down. If Kansas City gets up on them early, it might take them a little bit out of their game with their run plan, which I assume they're trying to get going first to get Jalen Hurts going. But if you make Jalen Hurts play quarterback, you're probably going to have a pretty solid day on defense. Ooh. Robbie, that's not a character for you, unquote. Hurts finished the season out. Second to Mrs. Mahomes' baby boy Patrick in NFL MVP voting on Thursday night, or says it yesterday. But you gotta give the brother a little credit. So, Jalen took major steps forward in his ability as a passer this season. He worked hard in the offseason. He completed 306 of his 460 yards passing attempts, 66%, for 3,701 yards and 22 touchdowns with only 6 INTs. That's a good season no matter what else. It really, I had to go after Jalen. I mean, you know, what he does is what he does. And if you got a problem with that, that's one thing. But there's no point in degrading him too far. But but it is an appropriate question though. Had Purdy not been injured, could the 49ers have beaten the Eagles? My answer to that, you damn right. Of course they would have. You know, because we've seen teams like that. The Eagles aren't any better than anybody else we beat. I just don't think so. Well, with the exception of a couple of teams. In fact, I bet you Dallas would have been more trouble than the Eagles were in that game. I don't know how Jalen is feeling, if he's still feeling any pain or whatever, but absolutely. Would they have blown him out at home? Debo may have went a little bit far with that. I don't know if they just blown him out. I think it would have been a convincing score. I don't think it would have been a fourth quarter game where the 49ers got to hold on. But is Hurts a liability through the air, according to Robbie Gould? That may be Robbie speaking in anger more than anything else. Because I seen him connect on some nice passes down to the league looking at highlight film. Usually the guys are wide open. I don't remember seeing him hitting anybody Aaron Rodgers-esque, threading a needle between 2 or 3 defenders. Yeah, the highlight reels always show just, a shot that if he just makes it, the wide receiver's already got. This is why I say when everybody's always complaining about we don't go downfield, you have deep threats. If Jalen didn't have those deep threats and he had to do the Kyle Shanahan style football, there is a question as to whether he could probably do that or not. Meanwhile, and B.A. started this to the Eagles immediately after the game. Brandon was asked who we thought would win Super Bowl 57. B.A. was quoted saying, hypothetically speaking, if I were going to bet on this game, I'd go take everything that I own, get it in cash, and put my money on the Kansas City Chiefs. Unquote. Well, I was feeling him that day. Ooh, I was feeling B.A. that day. I said, you damn right. They're not better than the Niners. The reason I was so confident, though, in Kansas City is because he thinks the Chiefs' high-powered offense will be able to expose the Eagles' defense, as he was about to do before Brock got killed. Here we go. Every 2 out of 3 years, we're right there at the doorstep. And here we go again. We got to say it again. Oh, no, not again. But FYI, players aren't allowed to bet on NFL games. Pete Rose did that for what seems like 100 years ago, and baseball hasn't forgiven him since. He can't even get Pete's banned from baseball. You don't do it, man. Don't even think about it. Fabulous questions still linger. The Robbie Gould assertion that Jalen Hurts, had he been put in a position where he had to throw the ball a lot, would he have succeeded? And also, Debo said, had Purdy not been injured, had Purdy not been injured, the 49ers would have definitely beaten the Eagles. Is that a fact? I say, I agree with both. The 49ers have been saying all kinds of things about the Eagles anyway, so it's pretty much understood. We got robbed again. It's just a sad thing. I don't know why we can't escape this monster that keeps on claiming. It's just fate, that gets right in the way before the 49ers are about to kick butt. Something happens. Anyway, let us go to the phone and let's get your opinion on this. And I'll start with Phil.
Here I thought I called in late and I'd have to wait a while for my phone to be answered. But
I just got
right off
Phil. You just got right on time. Phil, what are you thinking, Phil? I know we can't be talking about sour grapes and 40 whiners and all that stuff.
Well, everybody else does.
I know, but we have that. Wait, Phil, what do you think? Is Debo and everybody else, are they on target on this?
Well, I think they think we had a better team, and I think that. I mean, I think the two best teams aren't in the Super Bowl.
Thank you.
Honestly.
I agree.
I think the Bengals and the Niners were the two best teams. But, fortunes went the other way. And most of it was due to referee calls. I mean, if they called it right on that pass down the line to Devontae, and that's incomplete, then we've got the ball. They're biting on a play-action pass. Purdy doesn't get hurt. We score touchdowns. And they're coming from behind. So
man, that would have never happened.
And then a bad referee call on the Chiefs-Bengals game. I mean, so, well, that's what it is. You got to get lucky to win the Super Bowl. You really do.
I know it's true.
There's got to be a lot of luck involved.
There's a certain percentage of luck. It goes beyond skills. There is a level of luck that you have to have.
Right, and we haven't had it.
I know.
We should get whatever they give you, breaks in hand. We've got our share that we need. So hopefully someday it all evens out, and we go on a streak of Super Bowl wins. But until then, I feel we've gotten robbed in the last few seasons. So anyway, that's my take.
And you're right, I agree too. I mean, this was the year, Phil. We had the personnel. I don't know what kind of personnel we're going to line up next year. I do wonder if it's going to be as potent.
But you know what, though, Ronbo? Here's the thing to that. We've got most of our stars signed.
You got a supporting cast, though.
You look at Philadelphia. Let's take Philadelphia's roster. They've got less salary cap than us. They're losing Fletcher Cox. They're losing Kelsey. They're losing the other guy on their offensive line. One other guy.
They're losing Kelsey.
They got to pay Hurts.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're in worse shape than we are. You look at our division, it's, total chaos.
We could limp in. I mean, really, you're right. Tampa Bay, they're done.
The Cowboys they're firing all their coaches.
I saw that. I was amused while I was reading. I laughed out loud. I said, "Go Cowboys!"
What was with Micah Parsons is going to win the Defensive Player of the Year? He didn't get one vote. Not one vote.
I saw that. I said, "Wow!" And Nick was so far out in front of everybody else. It was ridiculous. 46, and that was a lot. The next guy was at what, 2, 3? This is unanimous as it gets. Oh.
And Ronbo, Kyle is number 2 in Coach of the Year, and everybody wants to fire him. Oh,
I know, Kyle.
Help me.
I think,
and every player that's going on the press row this week has praised Kyle Shanahan.
No, you're not getting any players to say anything bad about Kyle Shanahan. And he doesn't get Coach of the Year. It's because I think people think we have too much talent.
Yeah. Who's the reason we have that talent? Kyle Shanahan.
Right? Him and Lynch.
So let's get over it. I mean, we're going to have a few picks. If we hit on 3 or 4 of them, we're going to have 11 picks. If we hit 3 or 4 of them, which we always do, especially in the late rounds, we'll be fine. So,
yeah,
there's a couple positions I'm worried about. But, the other thing you said about Robbie, that means he wants to come back to the Niners.
You can't leave with that bad taste in your mouth, Phil. Even if Robbie thought about he changed his mind immediately after that game. I said, "Oh, Jesus Christ. These guys aren't better than us. I'm going to run it back one more time. I can't believe. They were all in disbelief. They did what they had to do to win.
Robbie will probably come back.
Kill the quarterback.
And, what Parak has got to do his magic, and he's better than anybody doing it.
Seems.
And we'll have plenty of cap space to sign the players we need. We need to shore up that defensive line, and we need to shore up the offensive line. And that's where we need to go, and fill those gaps. If we do that, we're going to be in it again. And we'll be at the end of the season trying to root for our team to get over the hump. And I'm pretty confident we're going to be there.
I am too.
Because I don't see any competition in the NFC. Really?
We didn't see any this year, Phil. Remember, we thought the Tampa Bay Bucks might be difficult, but you knew the Rams.
Well, we knew Philly had a good roster.
That's right. We knew about Philly.
There were a lot
but that was it.
That's right. Roster at the beginning of the year.
We called it right. We said it was going to be us versus Philly. We weren't worried about the Cowboys or Rams or the Hawks.
Yeah, they were touting the Rams and Arizona over us.
Yeah.
So but we've got our guys signed, our star guys signed, and Parak's got to do his thing, clear up some cap space, go into free agent market, fill some crucial holes like right tackle, and center, and then do the rest with the draft, and maybe get some players on the cheap like Emmanuel Mosley, and I think we should sign him.
Yeah, and him coming off that ACL surgery, the word's already being passed around that D'Amico's going to go after Mosley hard. He needs somebody to install his defense.
Yeah, but is with an ACL, is he going to really? I mean, I don't know who Houston has on their roster at corner. They may have it already filled, so we don't know.
Yeah.
So
but they might want something better. And D'Amico's probably going to cherry pick as many guys from his 49ers as he can because that was his 49ers this year.
you know
my
what?
God.
I think D'Amico's going to focus on offense because Houston was really bad on offense.
Yeah.
First
and they were actually pretty good on defense, actually. You're right. So I agree with that.
I think he's going to focus on offense.
Yeah. Well, we got the coach for the secondary anyway, so no matter who we have, I know they're going to be pretty good.
Yeah, we still got the core.
Yeah.
So
all right.
He may go after J-Dub more than anybody.
Oh, and J-Dub sounds like he really might be available. Well, and Phil Moore, we're going to talk about that
he may go after
in the weeks to come.
J-Dub, and Emmanuel Mosley might be there for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
So.
All right. All right, Phil, let's get together.
I like our team going into next year. I like our, we've got the best front office in the league, bar none.
Well,
And we've got a ton of draft choices over the next. Yeah. Well, next year, not this year, but next year, we're going to have compensation for Jimmy, probably a third rounder. We're going to have compensation for McGlinchey if he leaves, probably a fourth rounder.
Oh. You're putting McGlinchey out here. I keep thinking he's going to come back. I don't think he's leaving.
Probably 4 third-round picks the year after next. So we got our first and our second pick that year.
Yeah.
So we're going to be tough to beat for a long time.
Yeah, and the 49ers, the thing is about the 49ers is after you look at what's going on now, there's no way, like you mentioned, there's really no way for any team to out personnel-wise the 49ers within 1 year. The Rams have got a lot of work to do to build that team back up to relevance. The Hawks maybe a little bit of work. The Cardinals may as well see if they can file for bankruptcy or something. I mean, no, the Rams should file for bankruptcy. The Cardinals should just file for disability. Yeah.
Well, so are the Rams because of their cap situation. They've got players
in bankruptcy. My God.
And then on top of that, I think Seattle's going to sign Geno Smith, but they're going to need to pay for him, and then they're going to draft a quarterback on top of that so they can build him. They're a ways away, They're a ways away, and I don't think Pete Carroll is going to be around all that much longer. He's 75 years old. So.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to go through a whole rebuild. Why would he do that? A coach has been to the level he's been to, and now he's got to come back down and start all over again. I don't think so.
Well, they did pretty well this year under the guidance of rebuild. So.
Yeah.
But they're still, we beat them 3 times. So, they're a ways away. They're a ways away from being where we're at. Okay?
I'll be a long way.
And we got draft choices coming up. We paid our debt for McCaffrey and Trey Lance, and after this draft, it's over, and we go back to square one. So, and we've got all those comp picks, and we're going to have a ton more because people are signing our players for a lot of money.
And taking our coaches and signing them. So,
yeah, and we get draft picks for that, and, nobody else is getting that stuff. So we're loading up.
Yeah.
The ammo is going to be all there. So, I am confident we're going to win maybe 1 or 2 Lombardis in the next 4 or 5 years. So, but the other thing is people are so impatient because how many Lombardis have the 49ers won? 5, right?
We're second only to the best.
How many years have the 49ers been in existence?
Yeah.
75.
So that's saying a lot.
Okay, so it's not like every year you expect a Lombardi trophy.
And you should.
No team gets that. So, and we're one of the top teams that have won the most Lombardis. Other than the Patriots, Steelers, other than that.
I know you hated to say it, but the Cowboys. But you know what? The Cowboys did that with help from us.
The Cowboys
we sent players over there that they needed. Charles Haley, Prime time. There's probably others. So the Cowboys, they built that team to beat the 49ers one back in the day anyway. So that's what helped them get strong. Yeah. Anyway, I hate them.
But anyway, Ronbo, it doesn't happen every year, and people need to understand that. It happens maybe a couple times a decade.
I know.
So just be realistic. All right, Ronbo.
Takes a while. All right, Phil, have a great night, and I'll see you Sunday. So we say the Eagles are who we thought they were. I can't wait to. I can't wait to see you.
Inferior.
All right. I'll see you Sunday.
Ronbo.
Night, fam.
Take care.
You too.
All right. Bye.
Bye. I'm serious. I can't wait till after that game. Like, see that? The Chiefs beat hell out of them, and I knew it. Never seen any Eagle to do a 49ers job. I knew it. I already could feel it. They can't beat the Chiefs. Hey, Tony.
Is that me?
Tony.
Hang on.
Right.
Ronbo.
Tony. Then we're here doing like we should do. We're here belly aching behind a farce, a debacle, a scandal, a misstep, a situation that should have never happened. And why in hell did it happen to us, as it always seems to find a way to do? And I don't care what anybody says.
What happened, Ronbo?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I said, what happened?
Yeah, I was watching, exactly.
Right. It happened because our two quarterbacks went down.
There's people who are questioning. Well, the Eagles still would have won that game. Oh, blow it out your. No, I can't believe people think that. That was not going to happen. Clearly, that was not going to happen.
But what we got to do is, like I said before, we clearly have a problem that Kyle doesn't want to address. Yeah. And the problem is on his side of the ball. All right, because we still had 138 passing yards and 3.6 or 8 yards per play, even after the quarterbacks went down. Right, so the defense was doing their job. Who let us down? The offensive side of the ball. The quarterbacks never let us down. Kyle Shanahan let us down. Every time something happens, it's on his side of the ball. Right? I know Chill Pill Phil loves him. I love you too, Phil, but, he's a breath of fresh air, the dude. But, mate, the difference between great coaches and, everyone wants to call him a genius and a great coach. No, a great coach does not go to a press conference, right, and go, well, I'm sorry Trey Lance broke his leg. I'm sorry that this guy, his arm went. And I'm sorry that Johnson bounced his head off the turf. So you should be. But great coaches don't do that. Own the mistake, right? Get on with it. Put it in the past. Get over it and do something about it. That's the hump that we need to get over. That's the only hump. And if Shanahan wants to be great, I believe that he can. Mate, when you sit down with someone, you say, why aren't we in the Super Bowl? Because we had no quarterbacks. So one area of our team needs attention. What's that area? Quarterback protection. Right? Carl should have one or two scotches, watch the Super Bowl. Right? Give himself an uppercut first. Right? Maybe 2 or 3. Right? And Kyle, if Kansas City protects Mahomes, I guarantee you he's going to pick those Eagles apart, mate.
Oh, with ease. Right. A ridiculous ease. They can't cover Kelsey or anybody. I can't wait to watch that. I got to watch it now just because. But I agree.
So we could be there, but we got no quarterback protection. It's a simple solution. The solution's extremely simple. Piss McGlinchey off, right? I know Chill Pill Phil likes him too, but hey, would you rather pay McGlinchey with it? They're now attacking that side all the time, Ronbo. Right? All the time. They're not going the other side, are they?
No,
because they know they can't get through the other side. Too much trouble. So they're constantly attacking that side. Purdy's running always to the left. People going, he's running to the left. He's running to the left because he's getting bombarded from the right-hand side. So would you rather pay him $10 million or would you rather pay someone $14 million that's 10 times better than him? If we just stay relevant and we get hypnotised into just making the playoffs every year, all right, and the Yorks want bums on seats in the stadium because they want to make money, that's a totally different story. We want Lombardis, brother.
Absolutely.
We want championship.
Especially with this potent of a team. But, Tony, to add to your point, just to piggyback on your point, do you know that these are the two best offensive lines in football? Yeah.
Who?
The Eagles and also the Chiefs. So we'd figure that since they're there, somebody should actually notice. You know how they got there, right? They were able to protect the quarterback. Not rocket science, right? Yeah.
It's not rocket science. All right. This is the guy that distributes the ball to everybody else on the field. What do you have to do? Protect him so he can get the ball to everybody else on the field. 1 + 1 = 2. It's kindergarten shit.
There it is.
You know what I mean? And we've never, it's always like, I think Trez or someone said, the defense carries us all the way to the playoffs every single year. They're the ones that give us the short fields. They're the ones that give us this. They're the ones that, and when it's time to capitalize, our quarterbacks go down because McGlinchey's can't protect and blah, blah. It's not just him, you know. But when teams start going, 49ers, all we have to do is go through McGlinchey all day and we'll get them. You've got to do something about it.
It's like you pointed out earlier, they think Purdy can't go to his right. They have no idea. Purdy's not an idiot. His mom didn't raise a fool. Why would I run toward my right or bleed out toward the right? Of course I'm going to go behind Trent and Aaron. Mike, he's going to get me killed. And actually, that play that he got hurt on, I don't know where McGlinchey was, but that may not have been his fault. But the problem is, also, Kyle, don't ever put a tight end in that situation. I don't care who the quarterback is. You know, don't do it.
Especially that tight end. Where was Ross Dwelly? Ross Dwelly's, 6'4"? You know what I mean?
And he's been doing a better job. Also, Charlie Warner is actually, from what Fred Warner says, is damn near as good as he is. But we got Tyler Kroft down there.
Nah. That's ridiculous.
Why?
No, that's
Tyler?
wrong.
Unless Tyler showed him something recently. Wow.
Yeah. You have to learn from your mistakes. And we might lose, like you said, J-Dub, E-Man, and what's his name, the linebacker. We still don't know how many players we're going to lose. But the good thing is we still don't know who the defensive line coach is going to attract. Because he'll do some poaching.
I forgot about that since we lost a few people like you.
Not Kasurik. Not Kasurik, the new guy.
You said defensive line coach. You're talking about the new defensive coach. That's Wilkes.
Wilkes, yeah. That's just because he's a defensive coach doesn't mean he's not going to attract offensive players to the team either.
Oh, Wilkes has got people that love him, sure. You never hear anybody say anything. He always gets glowing reviews from a lot of people. So yeah, he's liable to drive.
Yeah, his players loved him, and they said to him, he's a player man, he's a man's man, and he's a player's man first.
Yeah. He's playing.
He doesn't use his players like objects. And did you see that thing with Trey Lance? Something happened. Somebody else will know that's waiting online. That on social media, something about the Titans, and he crossed my fingers like he wants to get drafted to the traded to the Titans.
It's well, there's that's a whole nother show right there, Tony. It's every time they ask the 49ers players, nobody is endorsing anybody to start next year other than Brock. I don't know why people expect anything different. I mean, that all we've seen was Brock and Jimmy last year. We've seen Trey for a few minutes. He has any time to show anybody anything. So I don't know.
No, he hasn't.
That's a knee-jerk reaction. I mean, he's going to come in healthy next year. He's going to get a shot. I'm sure the 49ers want him to start. I mean, you gave up a lot to get him. Yeah. So, but if he can't do it, he can't do it. You got to go with the best guy that can.
Maybe he's thinking in the back of his mind. I don't want this dick to run me between the tackles again. Break my other foot.
Hey, unfortunately, he's 20. What? 22. What? We're going on 20. He sees the support has rolled heavily towards Brock. They've got emotional attachments now. If I'm Trey, I'm like a little intimidated by that too. Anyway, we'll find out. Tony.
Yeah, you will. But my money's on the Chiefs. As long as they can keep my hands protected, and I think they just got too much firepower, and the coach is just too smart.
Well, I'm like Brandon Ayuk. I'd put everything if I were Britain, I'd put everything I could find on that game and come out a very rich man. There's no way. Anyway, Tony, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's get Sunday so we can do as I say. They are who we thought they were. The Eagles are just not that good. Okay, they beat up in their own division. Anyway.
I think we're going to find that out, brother.
I do too. Anyway, I'll apologize if we don't. I will. Publicly.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I'll eat my words.
All right. I'll see you after that game then. All right, Tony.
No, all right. Shout out to the Empire and everybody else, and see you in the next chapter.
Looking forward to it. Cheers.
Cheers, man.
I think you'll have anybody that can actually put together an argument that the Eagles would have beaten us no matter what. Anybody that thinks that they could go to the Super Bowl with no experience, I want to know why. I really would. Please bring it to the table. Eagles fans, I got no problem with you. I'll not say anything. I don't know if the chat won't treat you nice, but I'll be nice. I want to hear it. Big Show signed Khalil McGarry, Isaac Sabalo, and retained Brendel for depth at center and free agency, draft depth on the right side. I'll tell you what, if you haven't followed, he's Michael Alanis. You see his name on it. Follow Big Show. The man is out there scouting, and he does a great job every year. Most of the people he picks out, they do blossom. Right? He goes on to say, on the right side, Wanya Morris, right tackle, Oklahoma. Cedric Van Pran, center, Georgia. And Emil Ikur, right guard, Bama. So as soon as you say Bama, I'm on board, okay? Any products come out of Bama, most of the SEC, I want to see them. It'll be the first one that call my office. Come on in here, kid. I'm going to give you a look at today and give you every opportunity to put you on the top of my list of draft picks. You'd like to be a 49er, right? You know where we're going. Oh! There's a dog with a throat condition. Yo, Howard! Howard, man, we're in here thinking like, y'all know we messed up, man. I don't know how the law did not see it fit for us to go to the Super Bowl. You know damn well that they did what they had to do to win. If they do anything other than that, they get an ass whooping. And they did just what they had to do. Get rid of that quarterback and we'll win this game. Oh, and they did. And now, the 49ers are talking major trash. You never see the players talking trash about another team. Like, I've never seen this before. How are they out of line? Or what are you thinking?
The Eagles. What we thought they were. What we thought they were. Yeah, we played them, and we played them last season. But who takes the second game in the regular season like it's bullshit? The Eagles are who we thought they were. That's why we took the damn field. Now, you want to crown them? They crown their ass. But the Eagles are who we thought they were. And Kyle let them off the hook.
What's his name? What that coach name? He'd be proud of you right now. You got him down to the T.
God bless Denny Green. Dennis
Danny
Green.
Green, boy, he was mad as hell. I like that kind of passion in my coach. So
Yeah. Sorry, man. All jokes aside, I think the players need to just move on, man.
they will, especially
Honestly.
after Sunday, because they only want closure.
I get it. Just like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I feel like just be real. Like, yo, you know what I mean? We're going to see them next time. You know what I mean? Because we are going to see them next year.
Next year, they're on the schedule. Yeah.
Yeah. So
they're going to come in mad as hell, too.
You know, yeah, they got us this time, but we're going to get them next time. That's it. Oh, man. We could beat them if we had quarterback. Bro, come on, man. Just let it go.
How it was
just let it go.
You know, if we'd have lost to them any other time of the year, they wouldn't be crying like this. But this particular game, it's just hard to handle. They still all of them look frustrated. Every time you ask them, they just shake their head and say, you know, this one really hurt. And I understand that pain. Any other time during the regular season, fine, y'all beat us. We'll see you later. But no, they got it this time.
Yeah, I understand. I understand it's for all the marbles, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? Just let it go, man. Like, it's been 2 weeks. You know what I mean? And I agree with Tony. It is Kyle's fault. I don't care. Like, again, he's supposed to be so creative, right? Do we not have other players on this team?
Yeah.
Do we not have I get it, but he's supposed to understand something like this can happen. So what happened to Juszczyk taking over quarterback duties? Right? Yeah. Wasn't he always talk about, he's ready to play mercy quarterback, right?
Juwan Jennings. You had McCaffrey out there with the wristband.
Quarterback.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have McCaffrey playing. You could have did Wildcat with McCaffrey and Debo the rest of the way.
Yeah.
And then occasional throw screen or here or there. Like, dude, come on, man. Like,
but you know how
these are things. Serious.
But you know how you mentioned that these are things next year the 49ers most likely will put some work into, because you can't, especially at this level of competition, you probably can't just suddenly say, okay, you're going to be the quarterback from here on, we're going to run this, and this, because they don't know. The deep offensive line, there's a lot of pieces that have to come together to know how to run these things, right? So what they could do next year, I don't know how much percentage of practice time they could put into it, but never let this happen again. We are going to be prepared. If we lose 4 quarterbacks in one game, if the league allows 3 even, we're going to be able to fall back on plan C or D. And maybe they may prepare that way, but Sunday's game was going to be tough. And that's not to defend Kyle. That's just saying.
Kyle just gave up, really. I mean,
George
McCaffrey,
they had
McCaffrey
6 plays to work with. Yeah.
McCaffrey didn't give up, but
well, he sure didn't.
you just, it's like, what are you doing? Like, dude, get creative. Like, have these guys in the backfield together and play some read option like you was doing with fucking Trey.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Like, you got guys who actually put their bodies on the line as their job. You got Juszczyk, who's a battering ram. You got Christian McCaffrey, who could damn near out-juke everybody. You got Debo, who do the same thing. He body everybody, too. So why not do it?
Yeah.
And do some fly sweeps, some fake fly sweeps going this way. It's like we've been doing these kind of plays already, and he didn't even try to do it.
Yeah.
I don't get it. He's just tossing the ball and just running into a wall.
It's just a matter of we didn't do it. Practice. We don't know. They don't know what they're doing. If they tried that, probably. I mean, I'm just speaking from a point of view where the week training before a game, everybody knows what they're going to do, what we're going to do. If you suddenly get surprised and told we're going to do something else, it might become an embarrassment. At this level, maybe not. I don't know, but yeah, you got to work on something a couple of times before you can actually run it.
See, this is why you in the huddle. You tell them, all right, I'm going to keep it this time. or whatever, and tell a guy to block out. You know what I'm saying? Or block in. This is like, it's simple stuff. Like, Kyle does not always have to have the total range of every situation on the offense.
Yeah, he could have just give them the ball, roll it out there, let them do it on their own. That would have been, might have worked, actually. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean? Like, whoever's manning the quarterback or whatever, like, let's say it was Juszczyk or Christian McCaffrey, just let them call it. You know what I mean? Let them call it. They're gonna take it or they're gonna keep it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it was just weird to me. He just gave up. But I'm done talking about that game.
They had 6 plays to run the whole second half to pick from. That's all they had. And again, like I say, those are plays that everybody's familiar with and they know their job. If you try to construct something, the only way you're going to do that is at the halftime. But there's still no way to know what it's going to look like. You have to execute things in order to get an idea of how to do. It's not quite as easy as that, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
He still could have tried because these are the plays he had drawn up. Yeah, he had these plays before, so it's not like it's brand new. Like I said, you could have been drawing a bunch of fake sweeps and flea flickers. You could do all kinds of stuff. Like you did a fake one with McCaffrey. You just threw it to nobody.
The threat to pass has to be there, though. It has to be one of the elements, or else, the defense ain't gonna be fooled. Oh man, I
Son Reddick to fool.
Yeah, it's not Reddick. And we knew about the smoke and mirrors that they were talking about before the game started. They said, don't pay any attention. But actually, the last time that worked, also, the Honey Badger knew the same thing. When the 49ers were killing the Chiefs early in that game, and he just went over and said, look, guys, you know what? Don't pay any attention to them pre-snap movements. Don't pay any attention to the man in motion. Don't do anything. Just stand your ground and wait for that ball to get snapped. And that's when the Chiefs started shutting the 49ers offense down. Because like you're saying, there's an instance where Kyle should have known at some point Andy Reid was going to figure it out and be ready with plan B. No, we're still throwing the ball. We shouldn't. We can't run the ball because they've stacked the box. It was just screwed up. So, yeah.
Yeah, man. What's with Kyle? Like, bro, what's with Kyle always wanting to throw the ball when it really matters, like in the playoffs? He's just always throwing the freaking ball around. I don't know if you ever noticed that.
Well, they thought they had they thought they had these guys' number, and they actually was right. They couldn't guard Ayuk. The gap between Ayuk and his defender was ridiculous. I think they knew they'd exploit that. And they went to work on it right away just to let the Eagles know you guys can stack that box if you want to. You got your boy out there hanging on a cliff, and Ayuk's on him. What you think's going to happen next? I kind of like that idea, actually. But we needed to execute.
You need your offensive line, the blocking to be in sync. You can't just assume, it's going to be open.
The block. Yeah.
Our offensive line ain't great.
Well, that's the thing. Right, that was the offensive line was up ahead, and you got the tight end out there playing the safe block, right? I just don't. I just wish I had a bigger guy or somebody better back there for my rookie. That's in hindsight. That's what I'm thinking. Oh my God, not him.
It's stupid. It's really stupid. It's like the dude wasn't even activated in the Dallas game, or for weeks. But then you want to put him in the championship game. Like, why? Like, they're not going to think he's going to block him. They're not going to think he's going to block Hassan Reddick one-on-one. So let me just do it. Like, come on,
that
bro.
was a bad move.
Kyle be outsmarting his own self, man. He just needed to.
That's been said a lot too.
It's true. It's true, bro. It's true. You know it, bro. You know it's true. Kyle just always trying to do some extra shit. What are you doing?
I know, and it comes up short. All right, we're going to go. I'll tell him to see you Sunday so we can do the Daily Green. It's going to be Danny Green Day on Sunday. Eagles, you sorry motherfucker. I knew you should know. Look what you went in there. You did embarrass the entire NFC with your sorry. Yeah, I can just see. I want to go off so bad.
You know who they thought they were.
Hey, I see you after the game, dog. That Howard. Gotta let it out. I gotta let it out, fam. I feel so much better. You know, I've been yelling and screaming by myself, but you know it's fun to yell and scream with you tonight, man. This is the stupidest fail to get to the Super Bowl of all time. It's got to be up there with one of the most ridiculous setting situations of all time. How the hell did we find ourselves in this position? Okay. Hey, Big Show says, most of the names I mentioned are 6'5" and above. You keep it up, Show. I'll be following you. I'll be watching, too. Hit him up on Twitter. Big Show, no matter what you think, the dude knows what he's doing when he's picking out players because he watches closely. A lot of us don't have a lot of time to watch college players like that. Show does, and he comes up with good picks. The 49ers are smart, and I know you're going to balk at me, but the 49ers may actually consult Show on some of the people he's seen to send our people over there to check him out. I'm serious. I didn't know what a Fred Warner was. I'll never get over that. Who is Fred Warner? Show? I'm asking him that years ago. Now look who Fred Warner is. Damn. Hey, thanks for that top. Yo, Jalen. Get ready, Rams, Hawks, Cardinals. He's gonna get you. Jalen, come and get him. Where's Gene D? Did Gene D finally get the message? Jalen. Let's check again back at Jalen. You know what, fam? Tonight, and I suspect as much, we're not really in a big mood to talk football tonight, so I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I think we'll be in a better mood Sunday, provided the right team wins. Well, you know what? Let me retract that statement. We don't really have a dog in this fight, but I certainly don't like the Eagles, and I damn sure don't like the Chiefs either. We owe both of them, and I wanted them so bad. Oh, I wanted the Chiefs so bad. As soon as they wanted, we got the Ducks lined up in a row. We already got the Hawks, swept the Rams, went through the NFC West. All we got to do, and got rid of the Eagles because they weren't supposed to be, they weren't nobody for us anyway other than anybody else. Now there they are. The target is in clear sight. Let's go get them. We're sitting here talking about how the Eagles got by killing the quarterback. If you feel like talking football after the Super Bowl, yeah, because I'm going to be on Twitter saying all kind of nasty things about them anyway. Jalen's back? Okay. Anyway, fam, what we got? Oh, Brian. Hey, guess what? Brian, come on in.
Hey, Ronbo, how are you tonight?
Brian, doing okay. A little sore, like the 49ers players are, about this mishap. But, we're a team that knows.
Are you rooting for a tie, too?
Am I ready for what?
Are you rooting for a tie, too, then?
Oh, yeah. 0-0, and they just got tired and said there is no Super Bowl winner this year. 57 has been postponed until 2024. That's the perfect scenario. My wish, Brian. Yes.
Well, there's definitely reason to be bitter on both sides of the Bengals. They definitely have a reason to be upset. Mm-hmm. We definitely have a reason to be upset. So the league is getting what they wanted. They're getting their Kelsey Bowl. They're getting their Andy Reid Bowl. So we'll just get to sit back and watch it.
Oh, I forgot about that angle.
There's
Andy
a lot
Reid
of angles.
Used to be the Eagles. Yeah. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. But I don't want Mahomes at the same time getting his second ring. And how many years has he been in the league? See, that's very annoying.
Well, we can't, play the game or stop them ourselves. We could definitely root against them, but like,
damn it.
Okay, we've been to 3 NFC Championship games.
I know, so we got no excuse.
In the last 4 years, right? Well, he's been to 3 Super Bowls now in the last 4 years. So
he's been in every NFC CG championship game, I think, since his second year in the league.
Yeah, because he wasn't a rookie. He was a second year starter.
Yeah.
Second year player, and hey, Alex, man, shout out to him. He built that team. He helped. He helped mentor that team, and show them, this is what an elite quarterback or a solid quarterback play can do for you. And they said, we need you to do more. And he's like, I can't throw the ball that far, guys. And then they upgraded.
Yeah. Also, Brian, what's the edge rusher we picked up from the Chiefs?
Oh, is it
anyway,
what's his name? It's not 55.
That he can't stay healthy. If Ford. He doesn't,
Ford.
If he's what?
D Ford.
Yeah, D Ford. Bam. If D Ford didn't jump off sides, Mahomes may have been in 3, 4, going on his 4th Super Bowl. The conversation, Brian, we're gonna have to defend, and I don't know how much of defense we can offer. Soon is coming up. Hey guys, you guys should stop talking about Joe Montana, man, because and that little thing you go along with saying Joe won all his Super Bowls legitimately without a lot of help. Patrick Mahomes kind of saying, no, it's coming. He's going to win a couple more within the next 5 or 6 years.
It's definitely coming, but that's a whole lot of what ifs and stuff like that.
I know,
I'm
right?
Not taking anything which away, but what if, right? Andy Reid wins his Super Bowl, right, and he retires. What if Kelsey retires?
And he's due.
What if
Yeah.
Right? So once Kelsey's gone and Andy Reid's gone, we've already seen what's happened with Patrick Mahomes not having the cheetah there. He's still making it happen, but he still has that security blanket with Kelsey. So,
how much does he get paid? How much? Patrick Mahomes takes the majority of the money on that team. Who are you going to surround him with? Yeah, that's okay. I feel better already. Thanks, Brian, for helping me think that. I understand that.
With Joe Montana, he is the GOAT. And anybody wants to argue that, okay, go ahead and argue it. We can argue for a little while, and then I'm going to stop listening to you because the game's different. The game's totally different.
Way different.
Tom Brady, you could say, oh, he was here during that time where it was transitioning to where we are at now. But a lot of people joke and say in 5 years we're going to be playing flag football or we'll be watching flag football.
Well,
and if that's the case,
that's really going to.
I don't know if I'm going to be watching football.
Well, you and me both. I mean, I don't know how many people are going to be watching that. I mean, I couldn't even watch the Pro Bowl because this is ridiculous. I can't find entertainment value in this.
So with my thoughts though, you got Terry Bradshaw, right? And he won 4 Super Bowls. And he doesn't get the credit that he doesn't get any credit for winning that.
Nobody ever mentions him. You know what? That's pretty funny. And that was a dynasty.
People say he wasn't smart. People say he didn't call his own calls, this and that. Well, you still got to line up. You still got to know where center's at. You still got to know who to hand the ball off to. He did throw the ball. The dude took shots left and right. He played in probably the worst
shots. And Terry Bradshaw would get up fighting. That's what was funny about him. But he had Stottlemyre. What's that other guy? He had a couple of great receivers, though. Somebody had to throw the ball to him.
Stallworth. Yeah.
Stallworth and who? What's the other guy? Yeah. The other one's Hall of Fame.
Swan,
Lynn, right? So, I don't know why people say that about him. And yet, he had Franco Harris. And the 49ers, not 49ers, but they were famous back then for just bone-crushing runs, And that defense was just, my God. Steelers curtain. Woo! Damn! So, yeah, that's why they won't give Terry Bradshaw all the love.
Since I got you on the phone right now, and I can ask you almost anything I want, right? What 49er free agent do you call? Who is your must sign, Ronbo?
Well, you mean beyond Nick Bosa? Oh no, Nick's not a free agent. Nick's got another year in his contract. Wow. Oh, free agents. Yeah. Oh, I need a choice. Who are our free agents?
We got 25 of them. I'm gonna. You know what?
gonna make a list of all the free agents. I'm gonna go down through that list because I'm not prepared for this question. I hadn't been looking at all the free agents because I've been too pissed off about not being in the Super Bowl. So my efforts have been used to be mad the whole time.
Well, you think about it, like last year and the last couple of years, we've been trying to run it back. So we've been signing everybody to 1-year deals. Yeah. And now we're at that point again. So that year's up. We didn't make it to the Super Bowl. So who are we re-signing and who are we letting walk?
Let me ask you this then before you go to who are you going to be bothered if Jimmy Ward does not sign? Because I'm thinking he might not.
I like Jimmy Ward. I'm a 49er fan. He's been on our team for forever. But you've heard me say it for years, and I'm not putting the guy down or anything. If I ever got to meet him, I would probably apologize to him. But my big nickname for him is Hospital Ward. And you got to be on.
He did it again last.
You got to be on the field to be available, right? And then what happened? He wasn't on the field to start out with. When he come back onto the field, he got hurt. He broke his hand again, right? Yeah. And then we asked him to move to a different position. He gets upset that he is being asked to play a different position. Well, okay, but you have an opportunity to win a Super Bowl if you just do what we're asking you to do. Yeah. I get it. You're not going to get paid as much, but I mean, how many years did we sit back and wait for you to get healthy? Yeah. So maybe that's looking at it ugly, but it's like, hey, we helped you out. You should help us out. Maybe he's helped us out in the past. I'm not trying to say he's a scrub or he hasn't helped us, but if he leaves and he can go get paid somewhere else,
you're fine with that.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be nice to see you retire a Niner, but that's not retiring a Niner. I mean, the thoughts of that really, like,
nobody rarely does anybody. If Joe can't retire a 49er, then who can, right? Or Jerry Rice.
It seems like the only way, the only way you retire a Niner is if you get hurt on the team.
Yeah, and you're in a Niner uniform.
Right? He got hurt, so he got to retire, right? Patrick Willis, I mean, so there's a lot
Bowman
of guys.
Went other places. Let me. Somebody, Nick Cout. Thanks, Nick Cout 49. Okay, Brunskill, Ebukam, Gibson. Go. I already know who you're thinking about. Robbie. Because if you didn't know Bryant, he's a huge special teams fan. You know what? Bryant, I'm signing Robbie Gould. I'm on the phone with him every day between now. We've seen the disasters that take place with bad kickers. When you look at the Cowboys and see that situation they were in, he was doing that before we played him too. I watched him the week before and I was in tears laughing. I'd never seen anything like that before. You miss extra kicks, one after the other. You got the quarterback over there yelling expletives, and they caught it on film. You've no longer got the support of your team there, kicker. And Robbie doesn't miss when it comes to prime time. So Robbie's got to be number one.
Yeah, Robbie, to me, would be my number one. I know people are saying, "Oh, Bryant, you're crazy," but I was a third-string quarterback in high school. I was third-string quarterback, right, in high school. Mm-hmm. I was a kicker in high school. Okay, right. So I do have a passion for kickoffs and special teams and stuff like that, because if you have a true special teams, and everybody hear what I'm saying, if you have a special team, you win championships
easily. They put you in position to win all the time. That guy's got to kick those extra points and field goals. Those are points that decide games when teams are damn near equal. If you got the better special teams, you're probably going to win.
But hear that out, though, Ronbo. You say it out loud or say it in your head. If I have a special team, we're going to win it. We're going to win. I mean, not defense, not offense, a whole team, a special team. You got to be special to get there. You got to have luck on your side. Yeah.
Look how we suffered last year on special teams. We lost a couple of games at least that I can remember because of special teams failures. You can lose your way out of the playoffs.
Yeah, the Seahawks caught us sleeping on the fake punt, and that really bothers me.
And the coach there was a couple other instances too.
Mm-hmm. The other guy that I would really like to see the Niners re-sign is Tabor Pepper, and that's the long snapper. And since we've gotten him on our team, we've been really solid at that position. Really, really solid. We had Kyle Nelson before that, and I think he got into trouble.
Mr. Drugs, yeah.
And I mean, so let's
special teams does not get enough mention. It's just the truth. So
because a lot of people, they make fun of it, like what you're just saying. You watch your kicker go out there, and his job is to make kicks, and he misses 4 extra points. You know, and I mean, like, it was really bad when it was 2 points away from the yard, you know, the red zone, and now they backed it up a little bit so people have a little bit more respectability.
To the right and left. How do you do that? That's what I'm saying. You know, you better not think. And I remember that year that we were supposed to be so good. We don't need to sign Robbie. We're not going to need a kicker anyway. But man, please, what? No, you will.
Come in and lost that game today.
Yes, you will. Oh.
So if I was the GM and I got to sit down and say, hey, you know, let's re-sign, you know, Robbie, let's make that a goal. I'd ask him, like, how many more seasons do you really want to play?
Yeah.
You know, because, like, we signed him to, like, a 4-year deal or something like that. I would offer him, like, a 2-year deal, $4 million or something like that, with options to get out next season for both sides. You know, if he starts, you know, going down really bad this year, or maybe next year, you know, he's just like, hey, we won the Super Bowl, I want to retire on top. You know, let both sides have that grace period or grace, you know, to bow out of the contract.
Agreed. And I tell you something, Brian. I might consider bringing in another kicker this year. For the first time, he's going to take up a roster spot. I just want him to keep working out, just in case he's needed. I don't want to see Mitch Wisnowski doing that again unless he works on it this year. Because every time that happens, Mitch comes in and kicks one of the worst kicks you've ever seen in an attempt to get it between the uprights. That is so embarrassing.
That's something that, too, I want to touch on bases real quick, too. It's like people are upset about the kickoff, and the ball doesn't go into the end zone, you know, and we're not getting these touchbacks. Well, the idea is they're trying to kick the ball, and our coverage gets down there and stops them on the 1 or the 5 or somewhere. Yeah. Our problem is we don't make that tackle, and they get a big yard gain on us. But, you know, if you kick it to the end zone every time, your guys are just sprinting down there. They're not tackling. They're not hitting. No one's getting injured, okay, but you're always giving the ball back to the opponent on the 25. And that's not really giving your defense a break or an upper hand.
Or a chance
so for them to keep trying to kick the ball, or for them to try to keep kicking the ball onto the field, they're giving our special teams a chance to go down there and make a play and make something happen for our team to. So, hey, Ronbo, thanks for having me on, man.
Hey, always a pleasure, Brian. Appreciate you, fam. All right.
Stay faithful. Go Niners. And, root for that tie this weekend. We'll see you again.
I'll see you Sunday.
Ronbo?
Didn't even funny because, Jalen, we've been waiting. Who's that?
Ronbo, yeah, it's Jalen Ronbo.
Jalen, we were looking for you a minute ago, man. Because, G&D's out here, unfortunately. I don't see any
Ronbo, I got you with my intro. Bang, bang, not a gang. Rudy, we own y'all, and that'll never change. The Cardinals are irrelevant. Hey, who can complain? And if you a Seahawks fan, you have no brain. What's up, Faithful? What's up, Ronbo?
Jalen, I'm mad as hell. And everybody, and you know it. You got to be feeling somewhat the same. Because our players are running around talking like we do. I mean, usually you look upon that type of thing as, come on. You're a professional. Conduct yourself in a professional fashion. You don't walk around talking no trash like this. And they don't, before that, said, damn that, we're supposed to be in the Super Bowl. They ain't better than us, and we should have won that game. They did what they had to do to win it. They killed the quarterback so we can't run no offense. Other than that, Debo's talking about routing them. If they would have kept it, said, oh, Debo, Jalen, your position on this matter, are the 49ers out of line, and you agree with everything they're saying?
I agree with everything that they're saying. If the Eagles really think that first of all, Ronbo, I haven't looked at the stats recently, but the Eagles, I don't even think they had over 250 yards of offense. So they didn't just straight up. Mm-hmm. They didn't even have, for the number one offense MVP candidate, Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, all number one offensive line. Y'all only put up barely over 200 yards of offense. So, I mean, regardless of what the score.
That's comes from, in case anybody's wondering. If we'd had the ball more on offense, it would have been worse.
Man, nobody. I mean, I'm not worried about the Eagles, Ronbo. I mean, God knows is if they lose, which I think they are, what they gonna say? Now we really ain't gonna know if they the best in the NFC, because at this point y'all lost the Super Bowl and you beat a sorry Giants team and a 49ers team without a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I'm not too convinced on Jalen Hurts, Ronbo. I mean, like I said, somebody's got to get what's the word I want to use? Somebody has to get the It's for MVP. The
Yeah.
honors for MVP. Somebody has to get the honors for MVP on the Eagles, and it can't be a wide receiver. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
So of course they're gonna
Never
say it's
is.
Jalen Hurts. They're
Mm-hmm.
gonna say it's Jalen Hurts because you give wide receivers the Offensive Player of the Year award. You don't get them
You don't give
MVP,
me
Rombo.
no. I can't remember if that is every. Rice probably
Has
was
that
eligible
ever
for it.
happened, Rombo? Has anybody ever won
I'm trying
Offensive
to
Player of the
remember.
Year and MVP?
Fab, did
Because I
Jerry
mean,
Rice
let's
ever win the MVP? You know what? He must have, at least once,
Rombo,
because
what you think
usually
we're
that's
gonna do at
Joe
what you think we're
every
gonna do
time.
at free safety?
Yeah, I know, right? This is the question now that Jimmy put his coach on blast, and Jimmy probably got a bad taste in his mouth too. So if somebody offers him money, he ain't gonna do like he did last time. Said, "Nah, I don't want the money. I'm going back to San Francisco." But thanks, he did that last
Rombo,
time when the Eagles called him. I don't
I got
know.
4 options for you, Rombo. 4 options. We can go with Gibson
Gibson,
again.
he
We
might
can go with
retire.
Gibson again.
Okay.
We can go with Greg Odom and see what he got.
Ooh. But Greg is good in the box, though, more than he is probably over the top.
Okay, we can go with T Moore.
Ooh, I keep forgetting we got him. We have him, and you got the right coach to put him in position to be better. Yeah, I forgot
Or
about
yep.
Tavarius.
Or we can I don't know if he was injured last year, that's why he didn't get signed. Or and I put him last because I don't know how some fans feel about him. We could re-sign Tart.
Uh, maybe if he'd have to take a real minimum type of
I
pay
think he would. If he sat
because,
out last year because nobody signed him, I think he would.
but you still got Jalen. I mean, not Jalen, but Talanoa.
Yeah.
So he
And
probably
and, and
wanting to
And
compete with
also,
that.
Rumbo, you always bring this to the attention of the chat. You always say we need a speedster and like a deep threat on offense.
Yes, please.
Yeah, but Rumbo, I wanna turn that around and flip that. Who's our speedster on the defensive side of the ball?
Ambry
What's the
Thomas.
fastest 40? No, I'm like on our starting defensive side, like the
Yeah, I know.
starters. Like
No,
who
I'll be
runs
sitting
like
his
a
speedy
four?
ass down. I know.
Who runs like a 4-2? Who's like a legit 4-2, 4-3 guy on our
You
starting
just
defense?
he used to be with us. You just mentioned him. Do you know Kwaski Tart was rated as one of the fastest guys on the team on both offense and defense? I didn't know that. I found that out. I think I just found that out last year. That's why
Rumbo,
you've
we
never
need to
seen Tart
draft
getting
a
beat.
yeah. Tart was pretty athletic. He never really did get beat. But we need to sign like a guy that we need to if we get like a safety or a linebacker that runs a 4-2 Rombo and that we can keep him like on the field,
Mm-hmm.
like legit, that'd be serious. Cause I think our fastest starting time maybe like a 4-5, and that might be Travarius Ward. I
Yeah, our
mean,
guys are good at putting themselves in position to win those kind of one-on-one confrontations. But
yeah,
yeah,
because I mean, if somebody breaking away, Rombo, who can you count on to run a man down on us on our team on defense?
but
We don't
Jim,
really got any.
do you know the safety's supposed to be in position to make a cutoff? He's not supposed to actually be
Yeah,
tracking down the field with a dude like that. The corner is supposed to escort him right into the safety, and the safety's supposed to meet that. Ideally, on paper, they're supposed to converge and knock the bejesus out of that receiver and get that
hmm
ball. But that's the way it's designed on paper. You got your Stephon Diggs, you got your Devontaes, you got a lot of Tyreek. These guys know how to wear that combo out all the
yep.
time. So
Rombo, I
it's
think T Moore would be good though. He's
see he's
faster.
got I 4-3.
He
I forgot.
yeah,
I
nah,
keep
he's
forgetting about
fast.
Timor. 4-3.
He made that pin interception in the Super Bowl too, so he's played in big games. So
He's
I mean,
he just got
I
hurt.
think him and Talanoa would be good together.
He would.
Then
And I
move Womack. I think Womack can play in the slot.
because he got that dog in him. That's what I like about Womack. I would play him. Next year's gonna have a second year of experience. Womack is a beast. He's just small. I mean, he should be ready this year. The NFL speed should not be anything special to him now.
As far as quarterback goes, uh, we don't need to bring Jimmy back. That if we
We
bring
can't
Jimmy
afford to bring
back,
Jimmy back
Rombo,
anyway. That's
I'm
not
not
even
gonna
on the
lie.
table.
I'm not gonna lie, Rombo. That'd be a smack to my face. Rombo, if Trey comes in and he doesn't, he can't come in and look like a sophomore second year, like somebody that's still trying to learn. I'm sorry, but Rombo, he has to come in and the offense can't miss a beat and it can't start out slow.
Well,
Like these slow offensive starts, we can't have it. Like the
yeah,
offense has to come out.
Trey.
Good.
I hopefully he absorbed a lot watching what was going on, because he don't look for him to just bust ass next year. I'd
Because as
fly.
soon as
Not the beginning.
Rumble, I feel like if he loses maybe even 2 games, or if he loses a game to the Rams, God forbid, which I probably won't happen, it, the team, everybody, the
Rams.
team, and all the fans are gonna want Brock. They're gonna be waiting for Brock to come back.
Well, you know what? Honestly, if I had to bet on it, if Brock is ready to go, Kyle is definitely going to go with him. Why? Because he won too many games. You don't go away from that. The other quarterback has to beat him out. Maybe he can in preseason. I don't know, but if Brock's healthy, it's like everybody on the team is thinking already. It's his job to lose now.
So if Brock, let's say Brock won't be ready till week 1, he won't be able to play
Then it's Trey.
preseason. Do you
Can a
give it?
veteran?
Do you give it to Trey?
Yeah, you have to, and they got to sign another veteran backup. But yeah, you have to.
Bring back C.J. Beathard. He needs to be the third
The
string.
man can
Rombo, you
take
laughing?
pain.
C.J. got a cannon on him. C.J.
I
got a
know. Hey,
cannon on him.
he's got one of the best deep balls next to Russell Wilson in the NFL. I agree with that. Oh, he's got a nice shot.
And all 3 of them were drafted by Kyle. That's another thing. They were
Yeah,
all 3
and
drafted
he
by
knows the
Kyle.
system.
Unlike Jimmy.
Uh,
And Nick
I'm
Mullins.
always going to be a huge Jimmy fan just because the way he could thread that needle in the
Yeah, I'm
game.
grateful for Jimmy, but
But he's going to be too expensive. The 49ers got to keep maintaining a healthy roster, and you can't do that by paying people like Patrick Mahomes gets paid. I don't know what they're going to do when them other dudes retire. Jalen, I tell you what, we got to go. I didn't realize the clock went by. Let me see you Sunday so we can talk about the Eagles.
the outro, Rombo. Do I get an outro?
Go ahead. I wish
Man,
you
we
would.
the kings of the West. Kyler's bad little baby knee needs a 2-year rest. Gene D, y'all smell like some donkey pests. And the Los Angeles Rams are going to always be the losers of the NFC West. Rombo, let me get a Nana shout out.
Rudy's special for you. Jalen, you on Twitter? Yeah, okay. Jalen, if you can see me, hit me up on Twitter and the DMs so I can buy. See, we got a team working Rudy, because Rudy comes in with these little nasty tweets. We just be getting his ass. I'm working before he was. Hey, Stingray, Timor is a free agent. Oh, Stingray, I didn't know that. He's got to be re-signed. Is he going to be interested in a 1-year deal? That's what 49ers do, You get a 1-year deal, all right, and show us something special this year, and we'll come back, and next year, of course, we'll have a better conversation. Who's going to get up? Damn that. I'm worth every dime I ask for. Y'all can kiss my, and he leaves. We don't have guys to do that. You notice everybody who gets a 1-year contract stays, with the exception of last year. Kendrick Bourne finally gave the KMA to the 49ers and went and got paid season 4 last. But he's suffered. I know Kendrick likes winning. And I do wonder, Jawan Jennings has been just freaking awesome for us. But I used to love me some Kendrick. Anyway, that's, but I ain't losing. I ain't getting rid of Jawan Jennings for nobody, though. Hey, Tony. Tony.
Ronbo, good evening. I was just sending Don Burr. I was asking him to trade with me. I was trying to wheel and deal. They got the 6th overall pick from the sorry ass Rams, as you know. They got the 18th pick, right? And we got the 8th. I said, Don, we want to trade down. We'll give you our 8th pick. If you give us the 18th pick in the first round, we switch first round picks. Give us the 18th pick, give us your 2nd and your 3rd round pick. He said, hell no.
Tony, what would you have? You must have some players in mind already too, don't you? Because you watch that college level probably as much as show, don't you?
Yes, sir. And I want to get an extra 2nd and 3rd round pick. So we need a defensive tackle. Everybody knows that we might get one in free agency. But why get one in the first round when we get an offensive tackle? Because we're about to lose Caleb McGarry. get an offensive tackle later in the first round by trading down, get an extra second and an extra third. So in the second round, we can get a defensive tackle and a defensive end with 2 second-rounders. Then in the third round, because our left guard spot is hurting, we can get our starting left guard in the third round and a running back to complement Tyler Algier with 2 third rounds.
Sounds like good strategy, too. Tony, how about your coaching staff? Are they good at developing players? You know, because a lot of what's going on in San Francisco has a lot to do with the real sharp guys we have in that coaching staff to hone those guys' game into perfection. And next year, we did it again with the DC this year. You got a guy now that can work on the secondary. Where are we usually a little bit lagging? In the secondary. Because Chris Kosturgis had that defensive front line killing people for a long time. And the linebackers, Fred and Dre, they could coach, you know. So now we got that one thing sewed up, offensive line. I need an offensive. Who's your offensive line coach?
Our offensive line coach, I couldn't tell you. I have to look it up right now. But I do know.
Are you not happy with your offensive line, Tony?
No, offensive line play. This is the best offensive line played in about 4 years this year.
Yeah.
Our defensive line has to get better. That we hired our defensive coordinator is a former defensive line coach from the New Orleans Saints. That Nielsen guy. So he's our new defensive coordinator. We just need some defensive line players, Ronbo, you know, to help Grady Jarrett.
I've seen that because you guys got plenty of offense. And, you know, the Falcons have been famous for having a great offense all the time. You guys have had how many Hall of Famers come off your offensive down through the years? I mean, this goes all the way back to, it goes all the way back. You guys have always had a good offense. Yeah. And at times, some real I'm saying there's been times you had a really good defense, too, now that I think about it. I mean, when you think about prime time started in Atlanta, whoa, you know, so, yeah.
Yeah. We had a linebacker, Jesse Tuggle, who should be in the Hall of Fame. I don't know if you ever seen Jesse Tuggle play. He played
that name. I remember that name, though.
In the 90s. He played in the 90s.
Yeah.
And Jesse Tuggle is Grady Jarrett's dad. A lot of people don't know that.
Wow. Some of these kids that come in, their dad is not always identified immediately unless his dad really was huge in the NFL. And, when Tuggle out. Yeah.
Hey, Ronbo, I saw the NFL award show last night.
Yeah.
I saw Brock Purdy there with his girlfriend. He looked good, but his arm wasn't in the sling. He was in a suit. I saw McCaffrey. I saw George Kittle was singing a song.
Who could you miss George Kittle? George is going into show business before his career even finishes. I don't know what possessed George to get up and start singing. That made me, I couldn't stop laughing.
He's good with comedy.
He's funny.
He's a funny dude.
He
really is.
Hilarious.
Yeah. But Ronbo, I got on I call him Young Hannah Montana. I got on him twice in the chat. He talking about I'm sweating him because he gave a shout out to Gene D again. He gave a shout out to I forgot who that other troll is. I said you can't be doing that in this chat. Ronbo don't like that.
You know what though? I'm starting to believe he may be telling the truth about him getting trolled with people with fake accounts, because as bad as he is, some of the things some of those statements, I don't know if he's that bad. Some of those things people are being said are really bad. He's actually blaming Chris Hansen, who hates him. I saw that. Chris now, young pup, that is weird. Chris, you know he's framing you up for those fake accounts as he's accusing him of being. So, you know, because there's some things.
They got these sites, Ronbo. If you get a chance, check out the Goat House, because I haven't looked at it yet. We're starting to see the free agents that are available now, it seems, so I can take a look at it myself.
All right. Your free agency, we don't have any money. Have you got money in Atlanta?
We got the second most money in the league behind the Bears.
Oh, man.
We've been in salary cap hell for the last 4 years. But now we can clear Matt Ryan and Julio, all of them off the books.
You can go shopping now. Well, who's on your list?
The Atlanta Falcons, and we want Deron Payne. That's the biggest guy we want, the defensive tackle from the Washington Commanders.
Ooh.
Him right next to Grady Jarrett.
And
I hope we get him.
And you got like my draft crush of the years ago. He should be healthy next year, right?
With Deron Payne?
No, the tight end. The one that runs way too fast to be that big.
Oh, Kyle Pitts, he'll be back. He'll be back.
Pitts.
Hey, Ronbo, Kittle must be still under contract. Because then I thought he was a free agent. I was talking to you in December. We don't know. He must still be under contract.
George's got at least one more year, maybe two. I remember when he signed.
Okay.
I don't know. He had a long contract. I thought it was a 5-year deal. I'm not sure.
So, Ronbo, is it true? So there is a beef between Jimmy and Kyle, pretty much?
Kawakami even said, I think this is based off his own, from where he sits, that's what he's observing. Jimmy and Kyle, there may be, because at the beginning of the year, Jimmy has already stated that he didn't think they were doing enough and the ball should be thrown a little bit more than it's being thrown. Because Jimmy's getting blamed down through the years. He ain't got no arm. He can't throw the ball downfield. Blah, 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 blah. I see Jimmy throw the ball downfield and some of the highlight reels from when he was with the Patriots and in college. So I know he can throw it downfield. But Kyle's game is what it is, and you can't hold that against a quarterback. Now, what Greasy told him this year was really, really interesting. Greasy said, listen, if a play breaks down, you should. It's on you. You should have the onus to take over that play. So Jimmy comes in and tells the media that day, and nobody forgot it. Yeah, we should. Jimmy threw the ball downfield and had a reception. Yeah, actually, we should have a little bit more of that around here. And then the next day, people asked Kyle, Coach, did you hear what Jimmy Garoppolo's statement? And Kyle said it's famous for.
Yeah.
No, I've not watched that yet.
Yeah.
Kyle is the way he saw it, and he may have pissed him off.
Yeah. He needs to tone it down with the ego, like I told you 2 shows ago, because now the blame is going to be on him. Kyle Shanahan's had too many playoff, near championship losses. Now it's going to be on him because I'm hearing Jimmy Garoppolo to the Jets again. I'm starting to hear that again.
Yeah, well, because he's got people over there. And, but you're right, though. Kyle's already getting heat now. It's getting hotter and hotter and hotter.
I feel bad. I feel bad for Jacobs, the running back from the Raiders who led the league in rushing. Ronbo, remember they didn't pick up his 5th-year option, right?
I know they said they wouldn't.
Now they're talking about franchising him, and I know that's pissing him off because he wants to leave. I want out of there too. You didn't pick up my option.
They may have been just trying to motivate him or something by saying they weren't going to pick up his 5th-year option. The Raiders might have shot themselves in the foot. They had to know they were going to have to re-sign him. He's going to go in a heartbeat, and you guys are playing with him? You should try to re-sign him before the season ends, before he really becomes out of it. And you can't sign him now. You know how many teams are going to try to sign him? Oh, my God.
Exactly. And they got to trade Derek Carr because of the way they did him. They have to trade him because of the way they did him.
And Derek's already told him, and I'm not waiting for you guys to do any manipulations or anything like that. I want, at that date, you either make up your mind or let me, I got to go. I'm out of here.
I think it's March 15th. It's a free agent period because that's my birthday.
There you go. Brady's got a few weeks to go. Fair.
So
tell you what we do.
You guys don't have much money, Ronbo?
Oh, we've got no money. We got to sign Nick. Our problem is the free agents are ones we need to sign. We can't go out and find anybody out from these organizations. Not really. They might be able to.
Well,
Prague's pretty good, but I don't know about this.
We got guys. We got like 5 or 6 guys. 4 of them I want to bring back. Our outside linebacker Lorenzo Carter. Our inside linebacker in our 3-4, Rashad Evans, who we got from Tennessee. He was 4th in the league in tackles.
Young players like that.
Re-sign him.
You got to keep those guys.
For
your machine to continue to work. Tony, we're going to have to go, though. I'll see you Sunday after we get through clowning. Now, if things go south, I'm going to come in and apologize to the Eagles. Eagles fans, if you're watching and you're getting mad, I will apologize if you win this game, which I can't imagine.
Chris Hansen asked me, I said, I don't care who wins, but I said, but Ronbo's going to be mad if the Eagles get blown out because we already know they shouldn't be there.
I'll be mad at what happened to us because I said,
right.
But I'll also be able to say, well, we lost to the Super Bowl champion. I could jump back on that. But I don't think they're good enough. The 49ers would have cleaned them up. I just know it. But anyway, that's neither here nor there now. Tony, I'll look for you Sunday.
And I'll leave on this word. Seattle's got 2 firsts and 2 seconds. They hit home runs last year.
Yeah.
This year they're going to screw it up.
They're famous for that. They're not good with the draft. I don't know how they. Let's see. You're right. Let's see what they do.
Yes, sir.
Tony.
I'll talk to you Sunday, sir.
All right. Looking forward to talking to you too. Have a great night.
Take care.
You too. Thanks, Tony. And there's Omar. Omar.
Hey, Ronbo, what's up?
Omar, man, we're sitting up here being pissed off 49er fans knowing we're supposed to be playing in this game coming Sunday. And we got to sit back. And, it's usually just us, but the players are involved now. They're talking shit, I've never saw anything like this. Usually when we lose, we just lost to a better team today. And, things didn't go as we planned. And so we're gonna support our NFC representation. None of that this year, It's like, man, come on, man. They ain't all that. If I had all the money I could, I'd get everything I could have bet against them. Chiefs gonna beat them, Whoa! I love it. But Omar, what do you think?
I know. Honestly, I saw the interviews, and I think Debo was sitting there. He said that he wouldn't want to get near the trophy. And honestly, man, you can't blame us, man. I mean, look at how we lost. I understand if we lose to a better team and they kick a field goal and we lose 23-20. That's understandable.
That's
and say, hey, you know what, we lost. Yeah. But when you lose and when you're handicapped and you can't and you don't have a chance to compete, that's the bad part about all this, man. We had a hard season this year, and look how much we won, man. Yeah. It's a shame that we had to lose like that.
We overcame everything.
But you
can't just remove the quarterback from the field. That's just you're not going to get over that obstacle.
You can't. What are you going to put in Juszczyk? I mean, you're going to put in McCaffrey. You can't. And another thing I was just sitting there is I was wondering why didn't they activate Jimmy?
Well, see,
were they allowed to do that, or like was he out? Boy. Like I know you have, huh?
But get me started on that because see, people say, okay, did you notice how John Lynch, Christian McCaffrey, and others have said it's too bad the league doesn't allow the 3 quarterback policy to be altered, and I says, okay, wait a minute, and that made me think, wait a minute, so Jimmy was able to play.
Honestly,
and then people said, no, it was a rule established a long time ago that you can't suit up 3 quarterbacks, something to that flavor, right? And so I said, yeah, but still,
you know what?
Why would I be saying that?
It's stupid because if he was to suit up, you never know what could have happened. But we were handicapped from the beginning. We couldn't do anything.
If Jimmy could throw...
Because they knew what was coming.
Yeah,
we were running every down, so the Eagles...
All right.
And then the Eagles knew what was coming. So we're going to run the ball. Okay. We'll just stack the box. You don't have a quarterback that can throw the ball,
and we know
Josh Johnson is I don't know what the hell happened to that guy, but
he just freaked out.
He took the whole word of embarrassment to a whole new level,
didn't he?
He didn't know what he was doing. He had a deer in the headlight look, and people were blaming Kyle. Well, he should have had him ready. He's a 10-year vet. You should know what to do already.
Right? He should be excited about
that.
That's
what I'm saying. He's a 10-year vet, and he's getting paid against the league minimum, which is a lot of money compared to what other people make. But
I know, right? Your average person for the last 10 years, yeah.
He looked lost. He didn't know what the fuck he was doing. I said, what's going on here? And then he gets hurt, and then I start laughing. I said, you got to get the... I said, man, get out of town, dude. Come on, man.
He did. They took him to the hospital and put him on the bus. Oh, God,
you know
Josh.
I mean, who can make this up, Ronbo? I can't make this up. This is what happened. We couldn't compete because we were handicapped. It's not that we couldn't do it, but you can't win without a quarterback if you don't got nobody to throw the ball. You can't win.
That's why. And some people think that you can just come out there and run plays, but you can't just do that because everybody has to know do that. You can't.
Another thing I want to clarify is I hear them commentators saying, "Oh, you can put any quarterback in the system." That is not fucking true. Because when Brock Purdy was in there, he's different. He's a seasoned guy. He started 4 games in Iowa State. He started 48 games.
4 years.
He's seasoned, man. He's had a lot of experience under his belt. He went in there and defied all odds and won 7 straight. He did a lot, man. If he didn't, I'm telling you right now, man, I'm not sour grapes about this, but if he would have played, we would have won, and we would have been in the Super Bowl playing the Chiefs, man. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. That's
you
absolutely
can't tell
true.
me otherwise.
He was in the midst of throwing
nobody
a touchdown
can tell me
right
otherwise.
there, from what I understand.
Yeah, nobody can tell me otherwise. Nobody. Yeah. The Eagles got a free victory here. They got a free one here, and they know they did. And I understand if we lose straight up, but we lost by default, and that's all I have to say about that, man. It's a shame the season to end like that. It just didn't feel right, man.
Yeah, like you said, if we lose by a field goal, last few seconds, game's tied up, and they win, I can accept that. Yeah.
Accept losing that way, but to lose when you're defaulted, you have no quarterback. Okay, nobody can tell me that you can win without a quarterback. Okay, you can't. Unfortunately, this is what happened, and these are the cards that the Niners were dealt. And I'll tell you right now, man, keep this core together. We can win this thing. It sucks because we come up short every year. It's the same shit.
Barely.
It's frustrating, man. I do not want to ever feel like this again. I don't.
This is the worst, isn't it, Omar? Hey, think about every time. The Rams lost last year. You could see that one coming. You're not going to go anywhere with no left tackle and the quarterback with a banged up shoulder and hand, right? And the one the year before we lost the Super Bowl, yeah, we did. We got a 10-point lead with 5 or 6 minutes to go, and somehow they got that. It's just really weird.
I'm hearing people commentating, well, you guys lost and this and that. I said, yeah, but we lost because we didn't have a quarterback.
I don't like the word loss.
It's like Stephen A. Smith. And the one thing that I have to say is that Stephen A. Smith had our back. He goes, I know, because they were interviewing George Kittle.
I know, I saw that.
I think today, and he was saying that, man, we lost the game, but it sucks not to have a quarterback. And he's right.
Even Stephen A. felt bad about that.
Man.
Yeah.
It sucks, man, but this is the cards that we're dealt with. Hey, man, listen, the only thing I'm going to say is we got to come back stronger next year. Trent's coming back. I know he was contemplating retirement. He's not retiring. He's coming back.
But you know what I want to hear from now on?
We're going to be in good hands.
Just say the Eagles won by default. Don't say the 49ers lost. I hate the word
it won
lost.
by default. Yeah. We're going to be fine.
Yeah.
I like Brock Purdy. He can take us forward. Listen, I know there's other callers, and Ronbo, thank you for having this platform for us Niner fans to vent.
My pleasure.
I love you. I love production. Thank you, production. You guys are awesome too. And all Niner faithful, we will be back. This is just a temporary roadblock, man. We will be back.
Yeah, it's gonna be sweet.
You know what, Ronbo?
Yeah.
It's going to be a different result. It will be a much different result next year. It will. I'm telling you it will. And they got to use Danny Gray more, damn it. Use that speedster guy.
You know what? Draft another real deep threat. Danny Gray, there's no reason. Kyle doesn't like him, and there's a reason for that.
But they're not using him, though. That's the point is that they drafted him, but they got to use him, Ronbo.
The thing is, if he was usable, I guarantee you he'd be used.
But
I've seen Danny Gray mess up a couple of times.
I know, but he's a young guy, but you got to give him, in order for you to see production, he has to be on the field. That's all I'm saying.
I just wish we could have got that kid that Aaron Rodgers, Trey's old running mate.
Oh, yeah, but the guy from North Dakota State. I forgot, Christopher Watson or something.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
That's a deep
good.
threat.
I'm not going to lie. He's good.
We got to go, Omar.
I give him credit. Okay, I'll see you. Hey, man, I love the faithful. I love the play for him, man. Go Niners, man. We'll be back. Take care, buddy.
All right, you too. Night, fam.
Bye.
And 49ers Faithful says, can we go over cap and pay penalty like NBA? It seems the NFL, they never do. The NBA does it all the time, though, Faithful. You're right. They do it all. It's a dollar for dollar tax. So you play, if you're over the tax by whatever amount, and plus, that's big, but you pay, I'm not sure what they mean by that. Do they mean just $1 over the cap? Or how much of that do they mean? That's big bucks. Hey, Michael, anybody have an answer to that question? Let me know if you're an NBA follower.
Hey, Ronbo, how's it going, buddy?
Michael, it's going okay, as well as for a 49er fan who has to sit back and watch the Eagles go by default. You know what? I'm changing the term. The 49ers lost to them. I'm not using loss. The Eagles got there by default. God.
Yeah, I mean, it was, they won by us having no quarterback. I mean, what can we do? Run the ball all the time, You can't throw. I mean,
and no threat of throwing. And that's what they're gonna have to do to beat. And I think that's what they're gonna have to do to beat the Chiefs. They're gonna have to kill Mahomes in the first few minutes of the game, get him off the field, and then they can go ahead and beat the whoever's left.
Yeah.
He's going to bring a whole new perception toward bounty hunting. Now watch other teams try to do that. You know what? We're not going to be able to beat these teams, beat this team, guys. So what I'm going to do is there's going to be extra money given out for whoever can get to the quarterback, cripple him, and get him out of that game. That's how serious we are about wanting to win this ball game. If that, you know what, Michael, I'm joking, but if there's any smidgen of that, the penalties and fines and draft picks should be just devastating to every team, any team that tries to do that on purpose.
Yeah, like say for example, if they hurt our quarterback, we should get their draft pick for hurting our quarterback.
Yeah, and they lose for the next 5 years. Make it serious.
Yep. Oh yeah. I mean, I'm glad our defensive coach that went to Houston got an award for defensive coach of the year. I'm proud of that.
Yeah, I know, right, D'Amico.
I'm happy. No, I'm happy.
And you got Nick DPOY, like we were worried about.
Boza, yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm very happy for Boza. Now, next year we'll see who gets it. Well, maybe CMC will get it for offense. But he'll be ready to go.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Purdy.
Get more than one player with the MVP. And as bad as people hate Kyle, he finally gets over that roadblock. He gets the Lombardi, and he gets he gets the NFC. If he gets the Super Bowl again next year, he gets Coach of the Year as well. Because he deserves a COI. It's not as easy. He makes it look easy, but it's not that easy to assemble all that coaching talent to get through 17 weeks of football. You know, it's tough.
It's the monkey off his back. You know what I would love to see a dream Super Bowl? Imagine, okay, if say San Francisco gets there, what happened on the other side? Jimmy G's on the AFC side.
Wouldn't that be ironic? With the Jets. Because the Jets got a great defense. And, contrary to what some people believe, Jimmy G can beat you. We'll see.
Just imagine facing a guy like him. Oh, that would be a nightmare for freaking Shanahan.
Well,
go against his old quarterback, and he gets beat by his old quarterback.
Well, we're going to see where he goes. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see where Jimmy G goes. But meantime, we got draft picks. I'm just thinking, we got to get a couple more studs. The 49ers, by the way, if anybody doesn't know, Michael, would you bet on this? They're going to pick up another quarterback. They do this every year. They don't always keep them, but they do it every year. Brock Purdy.
Oh, the draft, they always draft a quarterback. They always draft a quarterback.
Brock Purdy is the biggest anomaly of the 21st century. The century's not that old yet.
Yes.
So it's easy to say that. To come in the last guy in the draft that almost got overlooked.
Yeah.
Granted.
If you look at any quarterbacks that have been drafted, the last pick, where are they all? They're on the street doing nothing. If you look at the history of the last pick, there's some quarterbacks that don't go nowhere. They play in the XFL, UFL, garbage. They play on the street.
I mean, they're not even in football anymore. There's some first stringers that got drafted, Michael, that aren't in football anymore. I mean, first round picks.
Nope. A lot of them are busted. A lot of them are playing the XFL, USFL, AFL, whatever. They're on the streets doing nothing.
Playing at the YMCA facilities,
Yeah, teach the kids how to throw a ball. And those kids that they're teaching end up being superstars. What can you say? Quarterback is a tough position to play.
Oh, it's really tough. People don't understand. That's why when people are all over Jimmy and all over some of these other quarterbacks, I says, if you only knew what he's doing, 1 out of 1,000 guys can do that. And those odds might be a little better than actually right.
I just hope Brock gets a good recovery, and I just like to see him back on the field winning 12 more straight games in a row. Imagine that. Imagine if that was the beginning of the year, winning 12 games straight. We'd be 12-0.
Oh.
Imagine.
Hey,
we'd be rocking and rolling.
If they don't break his arm, we're still playing. I'm convinced of that.
We can be undefeated. We can like time Miami. We could be undefeated. Yes, son.
That's right, huh? That'd be 14 games. That's almost an entire season from beginning to end. Damn it.
Brock would have been like a superhero. Imagine lucky 13. Dan Marino's number.
Damn it.
I just hope he gets back to starting again. I just want to see him start. Let Trey sit behind. He's a,
well,
the third string guy could sit there holding the clipboard and give out water.
But you know what? He's gonna have to beat Brock out, and I don't think they're not gonna put Trey on the field
He's
just
because
he's
a
first string.
I don't think Trey's gonna beat Brock. Brock has too much experience.
I know, and a whole how many games?
Yep.
That's a lot of games under his belt.
48 games out of what? 4 years in Iowa State? Yeah, no.
Not only that, the NFL experience too is just that's a lot. And so
how many games in high school? For his high school games too.
Yeah. Well,
I think Trey's going to end up going. I think the Niners are going to end up. I mean, they're lost. They'll just have to move on. They have to. If Brock takes over, it's going to be Brock's team.
Well, he's got the team support already. Most of the team is already endorsing Brock now. They're going to have.
Yeah, I do like Trey, but if Trey can't do it, we got to go with Brock.
Yeah.
I like Trey, but
getting injured
I feel
like
bad
that.
for Trey, but hey, it's not. It's the thematic. The COVID did all the damage. If we didn't have COVID, probably would have been good for Trey.
Because he needed that
a lot more years of college.
That's true. He did need that year.
And I'd like to know how he would have done that year. I would love to put money on the table. How would Trey done that COVID year? Like how many touchdowns, how many INT? I'd like to know what his stat would be that year, the year that they couldn't play.
Yeah, because every snap is valuable at that level, especially if you only get in a year or two.
Very true. Very, very true.
Well, we're going to find out. He'll get a shot this year. He's going to have to come in and really wow people away. But if Brock could be out longer than anticipated, too.
I heard more than 9 months.
Well, the thing is,
I heard 9 months.
Somewhere between 6, but they think it could be longer or it could be shorter. They don't know how much. It depends on.
We won't know until after the 22nd. I bet you after the 22nd of February, we'll know more, I think.
Well, yeah. Well, probably not until March or April, but still.
Yeah. We'll probably draft.
Just to watch how his progress goes.
I just hope he gets a good recovery.
He deserves. He worked hard.
He's young. I think so. All right, Ronbo.
All right. Have a great night, Michael. Appreciate you getting in here. Talk to you later.
Too. Have a good night.
Yeah, be ready for the Sunday laugh party. But we knew it. All right. I just can't wait to do that. All right, Michael. Have a good night. It's going to be funny, too. There's no reason to root for the Chiefs. There isn't. But you're sitting there watching the game in a neutral fashion, right? I just want to know if the Eagles are as good as some people think they are. And none of the 49er players think so. Victor A says, it's been said that the fallout with Jimmy and Kyle is that Jimmy wanted more control of the offense and take more shots. See, and he said that as soon as he came back out on the field. So that's when people go after Jimmy. He sucks and this and that. It's like, do you see that Jimmy's a company man, although it's not good for him to be so? He's doing what he's told. I guarantee you, I've seen him play before he came to us. That's not what he'd be doing all the time. So Kyle's sort of like, and he did what Kyle wanted, and he did it probably better than most people. But Jimmy, he was the best quarterback in the league between the numbers. Because why? He did what he was told. So, I do feel sorry for Jimmy, and I hope whatever happens to him when he leaves works out for him. Victor A, excellent observation, an intelligent observation, and yeah, I agree. Hey, B-Ham.
There it is, baby, what it is, Ronbo.
Yeah, I'm sitting here laughing at us because we're supposed to be there, and if Lady Luck would just join us next year and stop giving everybody else the breaks and give us one for change.
For the last 2 years, for the last 2 years, including this year, we should have been there. I must say more last year than this year.
Yes.
Because actually
really
last year, the quarterback finished the game, and the only problem was the defense didn't hold up for us last year when we absolutely needed them to. This year, I mean, it's as much as I want to be upset about it, the Eagles did what anybody that's taught to play defense is supposed to do, Ronbo. You want to win the game, you take out the quarterback.
And they took him out in fine fashion. Bam! It's like a car hit him. Oh.
And if you take out the head, you kill the head and the ass will die, right? And Hey, your mama told you that you killed a head and the ass would die.
Yeah.
Everybody knew coming into this game that Brock Purdy was hot. Do I believe we could have won? Hell yeah, I believe we could have won. I'm like Debo. Debo said the same thing. Think about it, Ronbo. The boy he didn't even throw an incomplete pass.
He didn't have a chance to.
He didn't throw an incomplete pass. So my thing is,
and you heard about Ayuk was running free as could be when he's getting ready to cock and fire on him, and the man broke his arm just as he's getting ready to release that ball. I said, you know what? They didn't. That's why Ayuk's saying what he's saying about their secondary. He'll expose that defense.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Ronbo. What up with you, brother? Hey, give me a minute. I'm on the phone. What we need to do, what we honestly need to do, Ronbo, we need to. I hate to say it. We just need to stay in the shotgun, man. You know, I'm being honest. I'm being honest. You know, like I told you, I know Jimmy Ward's father, so I already knew about a lot of things that was going on. You know, from just listening.
I remember you mentioned that
his
a few
father
months ago.
And listening to, they from Mobile, Alabama. It's real. I ain't bullshitting you with you when I tell you this. So I've been knew about it. You know what I'm saying? And really, honestly, Jimmy Ward he would rather go play for the money and play his position. He want to play safety. He really don't want to play nickel. So he would want to go play wherever that's going to just keep him at safety, basically. You feel me? That's his stance on things. That's pretty much why he went to Kyle the way he did, and that's could he get his spot back. You feel me?
I just want to real quick. I just want to say this though. Jimmy has done a lot, and I don't know if people get on him about his injuries, but Jimmy, last few years, Jimmy could have been playing with the Eagles. He turned that money down. The Eagles were going to pay him more money, and I believe the Raiders asked him too. But the Eagles were going to pay him more money than the 49ers were to come and play for them. Now, to me, I know it ain't about no player, nothing, man. You got to come out there and help the team. I say, I know, but you know what? If Jimmy wants to play safety, I don't know if they should be talking to him like that, though. And that's what the only problem I have with. If I'm gonna talk to him, I'm gonna say, Jimmy, can I get you to sit down for a minute, man? Come on, let me take you to dinner tonight. I'm gonna talk to you, and then I tell him what I need from him and what the reason is. You know.
But you know, I'm a realist too, Ronbo, and I understand everything is about business. I mean, hey, yeah, you the longest standing player that's been here, but everything is about business. Yeah. And think about it. Between him and Jaquiski Turk, because both of them went to school together.
Yeah, I know.
You feel me? Both of them went to school in Mobile. So think about it. So both of them always stay hurt at the beginning of the year. Think about since they have been there, how many seasons.
Same injuries sometimes, which is very scary.
And they was injured. You feel me? So I understand him wanting to play. And he would have had that job, but at the beginning of the season, you was injured. So you lost your spot. And, you know, it's just like anything. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
Tavares Ward, if it's not broke, you don't fix it. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm hearing they might be getting rid of Khalil Mack out of San Diego. So it'd be good if we could pick him up.
What?
Who knows, though?
Wow.
Yeah.
We got no money. Khalil Mack is big time salary. Damn.
Well, the good thing is Jimmy G is leaving. A lot of players is leaving. A lot of players.
Payroll wise.
Somebody asked about George Kittle. I think they extended him.
Last
about a year.
Was that year before last?
Yeah, I think it was
year before. Before Debo. That's year before last.
Right.
Before
he just recently got extended. So we probably got at least another 2, maybe 3 years.
Yeah. We were talking about that
I don't
earlier.
remember what his contract was.
I do remember. He did get re-signed recently. It's only been 2 years.
So right. So I believe we'll be okay. Yeah. I don't want to get rid of him either. That's our Travis Kelce.
But he is a big salary,
right
and
now,
Fred Warner's a big salary. All the big salary guys we have, we really do need to keep. You know, so.
But you got to think all the big salary guys we have is really just becoming into their own. They really just coming off their rookie contract.
Yeah, just in the middle of their prime. Yeah.
We got them right where we need them at. We just are gonna have to hopefully continue to get younger, where you don't have so much money spent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Honestly, we need to get rid of Javon Kinlaw. We need to get rid of the dead weight, man.
Be careful. Don't talk about it. God's going to punish us. You know, that boy's went through a lot of pain in his life. And for him to all of a sudden be out on the street again, I feel sorry for him for that reason,
your
mainly.
Best ability is your availability, you know. And, you know, hey, they said the same thing about Jimmy.
God.
They said the same thing about Jimmy. So my thing is, for all the players that we keep having hurt every year, we need to be looking for somebody who is tougher. That can
has better luck, because everybody seems to get hurt. I mean, look at George Kittle spends a percentage of his time off the field every year. Jimmy and Klosky, like you just mentioned, some of our best players have that problem. Nick missed some time last year, not much, but Nick was out there the whole field. But Nick's lost a whole season with us already. Seems like your best players, except for Fred Warner's the only guy that we got that you can almost rest assured he's going to be out there most of the time.
And Ronbo, in that NFC Championship, when I seen him go down, like the first or second play of the game,
you and me both almost passed out, right?
I said, oh man, I ain't never really seen this. Boy, we finna have a long day.
He got hurt year before last, as I remember. Wasn't serious, and he kept telling people all week, "I'll be back next week." Fred is tough, though. I know he was hurting when he said that,
he is.
But he was still gonna play.
Yeah.
Aziz Al-Shar.
Hopefully we have a good off season. We can sign some good decent players that fit our scheme for not much money.
Come for cheap, yeah.
And
a good player to come for cheap.
Hopefully my main focus right now though, Ronbo, of truth be told, I think we're gonna keep everybody intact that's on offense. I just hope the new defensive coordinator can keep the defense playing at the high level that they were.
Oh, you can rest assured. Look what he did with the Panthers. And you know what? We're going to lose some defensive linemen this year. He may attract some guys that just like playing for him.
The thing of it is, Ronbo, is terminology. Is all the verbal language where he is trying to say, and what they already know is what we got to worry about. And two, if we do get Trey back, before I go, Ronbo, if we get Trey back, and don't get me wrong, it's Brock Purdy's job to lose. But just say we do get Trey back, Ronbo, I really hope that Trey has looked at what Trey look at what Brock has done, and don't be out here trying to be a superhero and run the damn ball all the time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Get some easy completion.
Yeah. But you know what? It's like last year. I don't know if he saw the easy completions. I saw a breakdown. He missed a lot of windows that open and close. But that's kind of normal. He hasn't had enough time to learn that stuff. So maybe this year he can get onto that and
but
get out.
But you see, Brock came in and just made the smallest throws in the plays, did whatever.
You got to take what the defense gives you, fam.
Trey.
Yeah.
Take what the defense gives you. If the play break down, use your legs to get out of harm's way to create a better throw.
Or go to a fourth option like George Kittle running around there waving his arms. Then we got to go to BM.
But whatever, do not run up the middle and get your kneecap and your legs.
There was grown men you run up and say college.
Right.
BM.
All right, Ronbo, man. We'll get together,
Sunday,
man. And nice talking with you, man.
Looking forward to it, man. And be careful out there. All right, because I know you're rolling down the road. All right, fam.
No, actually, I'm home. Ronbo. It's Friday night. We had this thing here in Alabama that they do at the strip club and different. I'm in a motorcycle club. So we had this thing they do called the Booty Bowl. I just came from the Booty Bowl, Ronbo. It was really nice up in that thing. You hear me?
BM didn't have any problem telling us about it.
They had a Booty Bowl every year before the Super Bowl, Ronbo. It's really nice, man.
Damn, it's a family program. I'll see you Sunday. The Booty Bowl. Whoa.
The Booty Bowl, baby.
Bam.
Okay, Ronbo.
I'll see you Sunday, fam. Have a great night.
All right, brother Lay.
Love you back, fam. Night. There he goes, fresh from the Booty Bowl. And hey, 49 fans, Trey plays 1 and 3 Q. Brock plays second and fourth quarter. Will be so fun. 1 through 3, Brock plays second and fourth. Shannon tried something like that before, right? He'll never try it again. Anyway, hey, Casey.
Well, Ronbo, I'm not sure what I'm doing here calling in tonight when I could be at the Booty Bowl. But here I
am. just the name of that activity and that event is just intense. The Booty Bowl?
Yeah,
Say what?
Ronbo, there's not many people I'd wait 2 hours to speak to on a Friday night, but you happen to be one of them.
Hey, Casey, but if you were standing outside and couldn't get into the club where the Booty Bowl is being held, I bet you'd wait out there for a couple of hours.
Ronbo, I've done a lot more for a lot less, but that's not what I'm here to talk about.
Ronbo, I'm here
to talk about the San Francisco 49ers.
Exactly. We're not here to talk about no Booty Bowl. Hey, Casey, we got a lot of players that are pissed off. They don't mind saying so. I've never seen this before. Players are usually humbled up.
Yeah.
Not our guys. They're mad as hell. They're as bad as we are.
I love the title on the show tonight. 49ers refuse to
acknowledge
Eagles' superiority.
They are. They are not.
No, yeah. But Ronbo, I got the Eagles in the under, man. I mean, they're 16-1 when Jalen Hurts plays, and the under seems to be hitting a lot this year.
Hey, what's the numbers? Because I haven't looked at that. I've not really been checking out. What's the spread?
I'd have to double check. It's probably moved a little bit since I bet. But
who's favored? I mean, who's the favorite to win though? Are the Eagles or Chiefs?
The Eagles were at 1.5
to win this. Okay. Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
That's a bet that a lot of people are going to jump on. I think that may have something to do with Mahomes hobbling around, and they're probably thinking that may be a disadvantage for him against that Eagles defensive front.
I think it's got to be the Eagles in the under or the Chiefs in the over.
And how many points do you what is that over under?
I can't remember off the top of my head.
How are you going to make a bet, Casey? I thought, you're kind
of... I've already got the ticket, Ronbo. It's on my way. I think it's at 48.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you'll find out in just a little bit here.
Yeah, I could check on it, but
48 over under.
That's not what I'm here to talk about, Ronbo. I'm here to talk about.
Hey. Are you mad about the circumstances that involved the Eagles and the 49ers?
Hell yeah, Ronbo. I mean, they got they kind of got robbed here, man. They got robbed of having a real chance. So
yeah. So I'm loving the 49ers getting it all off the chest too. Well, they're telling everybody right now, look, how you go play ball with no quarterback. So yeah, we're pretty mad about that.
I really like what Christian McCaffrey's been saying this week too.
Hope they both lose.
Yeah, man. But I mean, they've just got so much depth on their team. They're going to be fine next year.
Casey, I would agree with that, but I wonder, every year we go in looking like we're just the toughest team on the planet, and somehow the wrong people get hurt every single year. Can we please have 1 year where that doesn't have to be the case? That's all I ask.
Yeah, it seems to be, the Levi's curse, man. I don't know. I thought we beat it last year, but
I did too. Actually, I thought 2019 it was over. It's doubled down on us.
Well,
we beat the quarterback. How the hell that happened?
We swept the Seahawks, and
I know that
swept the Seahawks, and just when you think those green birds have gone away, here come the Eagles.
Yeah.
The East Coast green birds, and
oh
man.
Well, at least we're not the Green Bay Packers. Think about them. See, this is what we need to be grateful for. A lot of people complain about the team, the coaching staff, a lot of things. What if we were the Packers and you had to deal with Aaron Rodgers every year? You know what he's done now? He's gone away to a secluded place where he can think clearly before he makes any further decisions. Casey, like you were about to say, I'm not here to talk about Aaron Rodgers. I wish Aaron would Aaron, whatever you're going to do, go do it quietly. Stop it. Just stop. God.
I happen to be walking next to a train right now, Rob. I don't know if you can hear that.
I did hear something. I didn't know what it was. So.
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing? Don't step on the track, Casey. It'd be dangerous. There's no over-under on that.
Downtown Reno right now.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, man, Ronbo, here's the question of the hour, man. What's going to happen to the Joe Montana fathead? Is he just going to be up there alone again this year? Or?
Yeah, Joe's been asking me about that as well. I got a lot of teammates you could put up there if you're struggling for.
I think we should get Dwight Clark up there, Ronbo.
And that catch mode, because that's the only thing other than Jerry Rice that is flawless.
Well, Frank Gore, man. Let's get Frank Gore.
No, Frank, I'm still waiting for that description on that domestic violence charge. I need to know Frank didn't.
Okay. Well, let's go with my second favorite 49er, Jeff Garcia.
You get a lot of pushback on Jeff. Yeah, Steve Young might be ahead of Jeff as far as that goes.
Yeah, but Ronbo, I was born in 1991, so Jeff Garcia was my
I got no problem with that.
Hero growing up.
I'm just saying, there's so many legendary 49ers. You got to be careful.
Yeah. Jeff Ulbrich, Andy Lee. There's just so many players we can choose from. But,
I like the Andy Lee one. You could be. Walsh's name came up, too, a few times with some people I've met on Twitter.
No, Jeff Ulbrich was my dog, man. He was a great tackler.
I'm going to put Brunskill up there on your behalf.
No, man. It's either Frank Gore or Andy Lee, man. Those are the only two players we used to have for a long time there.
I know. Frank was the machine. We only had one guy we could actually get excited about as Gore. Oh, man.
Well, Ronbo, it's getting pretty loud out here in downtown. It's Friday night, and I got a little bit of ways to walk right now, but I'm going to let you go.
All right.
And I'm gonna stay medicated and meditative tonight, and I hope you will
it's
too.
It's important. Public safety. So, I tell you what,
man.
And Sunday, we'll see what happens to this Super Bowl, anybody that's watching. And I just want to be able to say, they are who we thought they were. And that's the only reason why we're sitting here pissed off. I can't wait for that.
I imagine the total has gone up, if anything. It's probably over 50 by now. But
it should be. We'll see.
Pretty sure I got it at 48.5. I don't know, Ronbo. I'm just trying to hit a NBA and hockey parlay right now. There's nothing else for me to
get it done, Casey.
Focus on.
All right. I'll see you Sunday, and good luck with that.
Yeah, appreciate you, Ronbo. Have a good night, man.
Thank you, Case. Night. There he goes. And the Big Show says, hey. Big Show says, hey, Jerry Rice, fathead, or no one. Yeah, if you're going to take a poll, Jerry probably will win it. So I don't know. Right now, I like the blank, just the blank look, painted white, the whole wall white. Nothing on it, the clinical look. Hey, Brian.
Finally, the law has come back to Ronbo Sports.
Brian.
What's up, Ronbo?
Brian, we're sitting there, and we're seeing the 49ers. We're usually a fan base that carries ourselves with a certain amount of class, as can be attributed to the fact that the comparisons being made between us and the Romelia and his following, right? And then, of course, the Hawks fans have always had absolutely no sense whatsoever. And then, of course, the Raider fans, of whom I really have a close relationship with, of hating. And so, and the Cowboys fans, well, they're people that really ought to be put in jail, most of them. So, looking at our players out there shouting and saying things they probably wouldn't ordinarily say, it's pretty funny. Gives us license to say whatever we want to say about the Eagles as well, not properly representing the NFC. And that's what we're doing tonight. And with no shame whatsoever. So, Brian, your feeling on what Debo and Robbie and Fred and George and everybody's been saying, and Brandon Ayuk about the Eagles and why they have no business on Super Bowl Sunday?
I think they realize that they should be the ones in the spotlight. They should be the ones preparing and not Philly. They realize that they came up short. But, I think they realize that. They realize that, there's another opportunity missed or whatever.
Again.
But, hey, that's why next year is going to be so important because
they motivated.
how many windows do you How many windows do you know to stay open forever?
None.
So you got to, when that window's open, you got to have that opportunity, because free agency is not our friend,
And aging players, that retirements and everything else,
And agent also.
So
well, Ronbo, not to mean to get off subject, but I see they snubbed my boy Patrick Willis as far as being a Hall of Fame finalist again.
Yeah, what is that? Somebody said Willis snubbed for. Does that mean he can't be nominated again?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm just thinking that he didn't make the cut. I think he just made the cut. I don't know if he could.
Because they did that to T.O. how many years, right? Until T.O. was out there campaigning and running around Canton with picket signs. Well, I love me some T.O. People, that's it, God.
Yeah, but but even before that, Ronbo, shoot. What about Roger
Craig?
What do we got to do to get Roger Craig to go
I have
jacket?
no idea.
I'm sorry. I mean, you can't. I don't care if he never led the league in rushing. He is bar none. He was the first to go
Army
1,000
of the NFL. Exactly.
He was the first. Ronbo, he was the first RB to do 1,000 and 1,000.
Got no argument from me. I guarantee you. I've been mad about that forever.
I mean, there are guys that got a gold jacket that have done. They haven't even
not nearly as much.
Compass a tenth what Roger Craig has got. I mean, but he played an integral part. I'm thinking part of it is what you do for the team. How do you make your team successful?
Yeah, your contributions.
Roger Craig made the rest. He made the West. I mean, he made the West Coast. He was a link. He was an important link in the West Coast offense.
Exactly. He helped define the West Coast offense.
That's right.
That they may be thinking. Well, Roger Craig was surrounded by a talent level that it's kind of hard to single him out as a single big. Listen, stop thinking, sir. Just what are you?
You can say the same thing.
You're a reporter.
You can. Yeah. Oh. I mean, look at Pittsburgh Steelers. No disrespect, but Lynn Swann. I never knew that Lynn Swann led the league in receiving. Have you?
No, Swann he was just a part of the Steelers wrecking machine.
He has a cold-blooded catches now. Don't get me wrong. He has cold-blooded catches. But if we want to go by stats, I don't think Lynn Swann just never led the league in receiving.
In fact, Stallworth was more dangerous.
It just look at right.
I know. Stallworth was long, lean, and could be him and Randy Moss with that length and speed. But Swanee got in there because it's hard to get Steelers, man.
And then if you really want to talk about role players, whatever like that, you can't sleep on John Taylor either.
To this day, I feel sorry about John. If he would have been playing next to Rice, he would have been in the Hall of Fame.
Yes. Not only he was a receiver, but he can punt return too, because he made a career.
JT can play some football, fam.
Against them same old sorry ass Rams.
I mean, it's just some guys get snubbed.
You tell me now.
I'm you're preaching to the choir. I have nothing to offer against that argument. I mean, this is
So
the 49, and I blame Eddie DiBartolo. I really think that Eddie's impact is going to live with the 49ers as long as some of them old dudes that came back from the day are still hanging around. They're still mad as hell because of Eddie D's affiliations with some shady people. And but you know what? How many years has that been? Damn it! Can we leave it alone? And then you got Kaepernick too.
Don't punish the players because
I know.
Don't punish the players because Eddie's affiliation or allegedly whatever. Don't punish them.
Brian,
that ain't got nothing to do with that.
Exactly. And after that, you got Kaepernick. We've always got some controversial figure that pisses off owners in the league. Then you got Cap that came in, who was the most hated man amongst those executives because they thought that he was causing them to lose money. Well, you know what? Guys, there's reasons why he was doing that. So I understand your pain, but would you understand humanity, for humanity's sake, what he's talking about?
And here's my thing, and I like to say, and look at it all over the high thing. Here's my thing, you know, I do I think T.O. should have went first ballot? Yes. Would you put the work? I don't care if he did sit ups in the driveway. I don't care if he
standing on the star.
You know, draw more attention. But the bottom line is T.O. balled, and you have to account for him when it. And I don't care what teams. And then not only when you dominate Ronbo, he didn't just dominate with one team. He dominated with everybody that every team that he went to. He dominated with the Niners.
Can't cover him.
He dominated with the Cowboys. Yeah. He dominated when he was with the Bengals, and he dominated with the Bills.
He got together with Ocho. And standing in the
I
camera.
forgot Philly.
I love me some me.
Right. You know, they still love to hate me. You know, they still love to hate me. You know, because T.O. was loud.
Yeah.
T.O. was loud. I mean, he was loud, and they didn't like loud.
And bombastic. Brian, we need to go, though. And I'll see you on Sunday after we watch and see what happens in the Super Bowl. I have to issue either an apology or say I knew it. So.
Yeah. And so, Ronbo, I want to get this in right quick. The Steve Wilkes hire, I think that's a great hire. I think he's gonna even make that secondary better.
Yeah.
Because of his background with the
does.
DBs. The other two DCs, they had a linebacker background. He's gonna make those guys. He's gonna make the back end better. Mm-hmm. I think that was a great hire. Nothing else.
It is. And
it was a great hire.
And Dre and Alshar, they don't need any further coaching. They know what they're doing. So if he can make that back end
they know
better,
they know to do. Yeah.
All right,
yeah. Other than that, Ronbo, shout out to you, shout out to the faithful, and shout out to production. And the law is out.
Thanks, man. Appreciate the law too. I'll see you Sunday. All right.
See you Sunday, Ronbo. All right.
Looking forward to it. All right, man. And Victor says, don't take that Joe Montana poster down. Otherwise, he's going to find you and treat you like Steve Young. Because Joe, he does not like him, no Steve Young, does he? Thanks, Victor. Hey, Merrick.
Hey, Ronbo.
Hey, Merrick. Well, tonight we're supporting our ball players. We're taking a page out of their book of, damn, man, y'all know the Eagles ain't supposed to be in no damn Super Bowl. You know, we're sort of rolling behind that. I am anyway. But, Merrick, if you object to that way of thinking, you may go ahead and offer that argument because I'm willing to listen, and everybody else as well. Or if you support that, you can go along with that as well if you want to add anything to it. But are the 49ers showing their butt out there complaining like this? What do you think?
Yeah, well, I definitely agree with our players. I mean, if Brock Purdy didn't get hurt, I think we would have won that game.
Mm-hmm.
But it's pretty funny to see all the Philadelphia Eagles fans acting like they beat the 2007 Patriots or something.
You know, if they'd have taken time, you know what? This is the thing they can't see it's time to be humble. You know, if we'd have took your quarterback out of the game, and let's take quarterbacks, okay, our quarterback's out. You guys your quarterback is no longer eligible to play either. Now let's play. Okay, I wonder who wins that. You know? It was not equal. So.
Yeah, it's just fun to see all the fans running their mouth like, yeah, we put up 31 points against the best defense.
I know the Eagles fans.
Like, well, we didn't have a quarterback. All we could do was run the ball, which means we go 3 and out every time, so the defense doesn't get a break.
That's right. Eagle fans, I hope they're ready for next year. And if they come in and our quarterback stays on the field all day, we're going to find out the truth. So, looking forward to that.
Well, they're not going to be the same team. They have a lot of free agents like Fletcher Cox, Robert Quinn, Brandon Graham, Javon Hargrave, Jason Kelsey, James Bradbury, Ndamukong Suh, Austin Scott, Miles Sanders.
Merrick, I'm not excusing them next year because here's the thing. we're going to lose a few players, maybe not as many as him, because the exodus you just read is a lot of people. But, the fact of the matter is they need to know, Eagles, you guys should have humbled up after that game. Yeah, we got past the 49ers. Too bad sucks to be them, though. They lost their quarterback. But you know what? That's the name of the game, and we're on our way to the Super Bowl, whether they like it or not. I mean, I can accept that kind of statement. But don't walk around talking like you outplayed the 49ers, because you did not.
Yeah, I know we're losing people too, but the Eagles list is a lot of key defensive and offensive line players. And I don't think the Eagles have enough money to re-sign all those guys.
No. And here's the question: if the Niners knocked out Hurts, what would you do? Hey, I would have said, you know what? We should have went to Super Bowl last year.
They got Gardner Minshew.
Yeah. They still got Gardner. I'd have said, you know what? Unfortunately, they did lose their first starting quarterback, and we got to buy on this. You know what, though? I would have made up an excuse like, last year we should have went to the Super Bowl, and this year's reputation for that. Sucks to be the Eagles. Sorry. We'll see you guys next year. Good luck. And I would have reacted in that fashion. There's no doubt about it. You can't beat a team up that ain't got all their people, especially the quarterback, and then start talking trash. I wouldn't do it. That's embarrassing.
Yeah. Speaking of that, did you hear what the Eagles head coach was saying about Jalen Hurts?
What did he say?
He was comparing Jalen Hurts to Michael Jordan.
Oh, he said that last week. I remember that. And I says, see, I couldn't even say anything.
I mean, you're comparing a quarterback who had one good season to the greatest basketball player of all time.
So they got a very out of proportion evaluation of themselves. I mean, I think a little too much of themselves. And granted, they haven't been there and done that. They didn't. Merrick, their playoffs, they played the Giants. That was not a contest. Didn't they get a bye before that? Did they play the Vikings?
Yeah, they had the first round bye.
No, who's that that ran the Vikings out of the playoffs?
The Giants.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they had a bye before that, and they steamrolled the Giants. All right, the Giants they offered no resistance whatsoever. Although the coach did get Coach of the Year, but they have not seen anything like what they were going to see when we played them. It showed right off the bat. You could see they were almost totally outclassed. Now this week, that's not even a contest. It shouldn't be, unless Mahomes' leg has gotten worse.
What are they going to do? Are they going to injure Mahomes just like they did Purdy?
Yeah, if they can do that, I mean, that's what their best bet. Ayuk wasn't kidding. That secondary is going to get exploited terribly. Unless they can knock Mahomes out on every snap, they're going to have a problem.
Yeah, I'll definitely be rooting for the Chiefs on Sunday.
Can you root for the Chiefs? I can't root for them, but I already know they're going to win because I say, God dang it. The Eagles can't beat the Chiefs. We were going to have to fight our ass off to beat them, and we're better than the Eagles, so I can't imagine them beating the Chiefs. We'll see. So I could say things like, you send an Eagle in to do a 49ers job. Now, see, that's what you got. A ridiculous showing. Ratings drop. People stop watching after the half. I mean, come on.
I hope so. It would be pretty funny to see the Eagles get embarrassed by like 30 points after talking all that trash for weeks.
Andy Reid they're already going to have a plan for Jalen Hurts just like we did. You see Hurts trying to run around the corners, and there are 49ers there waiting for him, and that took his game away. And then he tried to pass the ball, and Jalen Hurts sets up his own pass game with that run. He's more of an RPO quarterback. He's a guy that puts fear in you that he's gonna run, and then he passes the ball. Meanwhile, everybody's running up to get him, and the receivers are downfield one-on-one, beating their coverage. That's an ABC 1-2-3 easy to figure out plan. But if you take that away from him, all of a sudden he looked vulnerable. His eyes look like light bulbs in his face. When the 49ers, I remember that Cam caught him in the first quarter when he ran around that corner, and Nick Bosa and a couple of 49ers were just standing there waiting. Come on. I says, this I like. Look at that defense. They've been working on this. And, of course, you know what happened in the next series. They took us out. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't. I know Andy Reid. They're going to have that waiting for him. He comes around those corners. There's going to be people waiting for him. That's going to be the line on Jason Hurts. We'll find out. Meanwhile, they're not going to stop Patrick Mahomes. Better teams don't. I mean, really good teams don't stop Mahomes. How are they going to stop him?
Yeah. Are you going to stream the Super Bowl, Ronbo, or are you just going to do after the game show?
I was there because I'm going to sit there with an attitude, so there's no point in me doing that. So I'm just going to wait till after the game. This really pisses me off. This was our year, Merrick. We had an assembly of talent that was knock dead perfect. Just, even and Purdy rose to the occasion. He wasn't going to be a problem. He was moving us right. That offense was moving right along, right? And you've already got a defense that's just tough. Yeah. The table was set. And we had what kind of vengeance the 49ers are going in to play the Chiefs? The 49ers are going there with blood in their eye. I just know it. They got more experience now. We got the maturity we need. Everything was set. Okay. Nothing can be done about it. It's history. Anyway.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be bitter until the game, especially if the Eagles somehow pull off a win. It's gonna be even more bitter.
Yeah, well, we'll laugh and say, "See, that makes no sense." Anyway, Merrick, my clock ticked out quick. Merrick, I'm gonna let you talk in the future more. I always, for some reason, end up dominating our conversations. Merrick, I owe you Sunday. Okay, if you got time, come on back in here. I will listen. Okay.
All right, and congrats on Nick Bosa winning DPOY.
DPOY, yeah. All right, fam. Have a great night. And let's go ahead and check out Water Sucks, who says, "Hey, I'm a real talk. Shannon Cap would have ended the quarterback one talk, and we have by now. But that's should have, could have, would have nonsense in my opinion. It's we have to stop with the controversies. There is actually, we are marked, and I think we almost got blackballed at one point, and I don't, what that means in football. There's a lot of weird things happen to you. Sometimes when we look at the officiating, people always say we're crying a lot because they never have to deal with what we have to deal with. A lot of teams get cakewalks all the time, so they don't know what it's like to be at least somewhat clearly discriminated against when the calls are made. When you have a discrepancy at the end of the game where it's really lopsided for calls, that's not necessarily the 49ers were playing really badly and they got all those calls. They didn't earn all those calls half the time, whereas the other team did earn some calls that nobody said anything about. So that's why we complain a lot. For you fans who love to come in and call us whiners, have to go through what we go through, and you'll know what we're talking about. I came in here to relax and have a good time. I got pissed off about 20 times today, just with my own thoughts. Fam, it's an adventure being a 49er fan, ain't it? It's a good thing we're a group that we can stick together and support each other on these friggin' bad moments and times. This is one hellhole we fell into 2023 into the season. Everything was riding along perfectly. We're sitting back in the back of the limo. We're drinking the best liquor money can buy. We've got a party going on in that big limo. We're getting ready to go to even a bigger party as soon as this car stops. And the car stops where? In the friggin' FCCG with the most bizarre set of circumstances I've ever seen in my life. This is why I'm a little snake bitten. And next year, fam, you know how you always had to reassure me, Ronbo, stop worrying, man. We got this. Every week, right? Every game. I'm going to be a basket case all 2024. I just know it. Our team can look like the greatest team in football history. I don't know. I'm going to be concerned every week. Because weird things happen to us. God. Okay, that's enough whining for today, fam. I will see you after the ball game. We're not setting up for the ball game this Sunday. I'll see you right after those so we can pick things apart and talk about what we did not, get the pleasure of having up. Have a great night, fam. Think red and gold. We'll be okay. Thanks for the contributions, by the way, too. Please hit the like and subscribe. I promise to calm down. I will not be crazy all the time. We have a good time usually. It's just that this point in the season is just not right. So have a great night, fam. See you Sunday. Night.